Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Trash Talk. I'm here with Shawley. My name is Russ. What's up, man? What you been up to for the last last like day?
That was an abrupt start. Was not expecting that, but hey,
Yeah,
we
no, it's like
started. Uh, Same old, same old. I feel like we had that one day where there was an NBA and it was kind of just like a sad day. Only because I really love watching NBA. And one thing that I hate is that when the NBA stops, you really feel like when the NBA season's over and the championship obviously is won. Um, you really feel like that emptiness of like that sport that you watched every day. I feel like I get that feeling every year when the NBA stops. It's like, damn, like what am I gonna watch now?
you hit the chat all depressed. What's up? You're
I
like,
mean,
damn.
I don't.
What did
Do
you
you
say?
feel like
Like an empty void in life, or what did you say? It was something deep. I was like, what? What's up, man?
you don't feel a way when the NFL ends?
A little bit, but like I have stuff that I tune into year round, so there's always something filling that need.
Yeah,
So like if for example, like when the NFL ends, I switch over to basketball. Like, oh no, because yeah, I switch over to basketball. Then when basketball ends, like I'm always watching like I'm always watching or reading anime and manga. Marvel, there's like hip hop, stuff and culture, politics. So for me, I've just kind of like curated this world where like when one thing ends, just jump to the next and get immersed in that.
yeah.
It's nuts though. I feel like because we're at the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and I feel like once this basketball season ends, I don't know if there's too much to look forward to because hip hop like music is kind of like slowed down a little bit outside of like we'll talk about the end of this video. But I just feel like there's not a lot going on in life. At first, it seems like there's a lot going on, but like after a while, it just kind of dies down, especially summertime.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot going on in life that's like there's a lot going on in life to talk about, but there's not a lot going on in life for us to be entertained by. Like even the Rod Wave situation that we'll talk about, like things like that are happening a lot more, frequently now. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but
We got a lot more free time, so we got we can focus on a lot of shit. At least I can. I'm just like, oh shit, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. 'Cause I ain't got, I go to the gym and I come back to the crib and like I'm doing stuff on my laptop. So there's not there's not too much. I have a way more idle time actually.
yeah,
But jumping into let's just go ahead and jump into the conversation. Was it Monday? Monday, right? The first game of Thunder versus the Wolves.
yeah, I called it.
Yeah, Thunder got the dub.
No, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, my fault. Yesterday. So yeah,
Yeah.
Thunder got the dub. What did you think about what did you just think about the game itself? Like, what did you watch? What did you see? I actually was not able to watch the game because I was it was yesterday, right? Yeah, I was at dinner. I was at a dinner, so I couldn't watch it.
I think they kind of came out the way I expected them to. Like I said, well, they didn't come out the way I expected them to. They were a little rusty from whatever reasons. I think they were rusty because they hadn't faced Timberwolves team in a while, and obviously they had to make the adjustments to facing a Timberwolves team after facing two other opponents prior to that. But obviously they started off a little rusty. Took them a while to get into rhythm. Took them a while to get into rhythm. By the second by the second half, I kind of knew that. I texted my buddy. I was like, "Yo, Thunder are down right now, but they're finna turn up," and they
Yeah,
did. And they turned up completely. Shy turned on. Everything just started clicking. Jalen Williams was on fire. Huh?
Shy turned on. That
He-
doesn't sound right.
I mean, he activated. He got activated.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got active.
turned on.
Yeah.
That sounded crazy. My fault. I was just
Shy got hot. He got really hot. You didn't watch it, but in the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter, he went crazy. I don't know what it was, what clicked. He got into his little mid range bag, and it was game over from there. When he gets into that mid range bag where he's, you know, people like to call it, fishing for free throws, which I mean he does, but like he's so quick and he's really good when it comes to like his hezzy. When he's driving mid range and stuff like that, he makes a lot of opponents and defenders like jump. Like he makes them like super. I guess, anxious and conscious about what he's going to do next, whether he's going to attack and finish at the rim or if he's going to take a jump shot. And I'm saying this, I'm trying to speak in like, basketball terminology because I've been, I've guarded someone who like is very crafty with their handling and their ability to penetrate the lane where like they have the ability to either finish at the rim because he's 6'6" or take the jumper over you. So when you're guarding someone like that, it puts the defender like kind of on their heels where like, okay, what do I need to do now? Do I need to go out for the pump fake or sorry, do I need to go out for the block or do I need to defend him and follow him to the rim?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I feel like his ability to draw fouls is just super easy for him. And that, I mean, if you can use that to your advantage like he does, I mean, why not? But anyways, the Thunder came out slow. It took over in the second half, and that was it. I honestly, like I said, if you go back and track the last episode, I don't think the Wolves will win more than one game. I think they'll still one game. The Thunder will have one off night. They'll still probably game 4 in Minnesota or game 3 in Minnesota. And then after that, the Thunder are winning the rest.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't see like who's gonna pop off on the Wolves. Like even Ant, like I don't know. They said I did get a notification that Ant rolled his ankle or some shit, and he went to the locker room. Was that a thing during the game, or was it just kind of one of those shits like where NBA players are like acting like they're dying and then they just come back?
It was one of those.
Yeah,
I mean, he rolled it. He definitely tweaked it bad on the replay, but it definitely probably hurt for like 5-10 minutes, and then he was good. But they just went to the locker room for for protocol to make sure everything was okay. Came back, he was fine. I think he just had one of those games where he was just like kind of absent.
Yeah, he has a lot of those where you're watching, you're just like, bro, like. I think it's because he's waiting for his other teammates to kind of get involved or something.
Well, Julius Randle got involved from the beginning, man. Julius Randle came out. He came out hot.
Yeah,
he came out hot. He was attacking Chet. He was bringing it to them. And at first I was like, okay, this might actually be a problem for the Thunder. Hartenstein and Holmgren are having a really tough time guarding Julius Randle. But over a while, they kind of adjusted and things. They started doing the whole alley-oop thing to Hartenstein. Chet was filling it from behind the arc. He was filling it down low. Once that started clicking, and then Jalen Williams was clicking, it was game over, man. They couldn't keep up.
Filling down low is great. I was like, what? So what do you think about like the whole because Shai did win MVP. Do you think he deserved it, or I know you've been kind of like
I think it was well deserved, man. I mean, I think if there's one player that really stood out this year, apart from Joker, I think it's definitely him. I don't see how you could say that he doesn't deserve it. I don't know. I hate this whole like free throw merchant thing. Like, how can you look at Shai's season this year and say that he like was solely fishing for free throws? Obviously, yeah, he shot the most free throws, but if you look at what I just said, like it's hard to guard people like that. It's hard to guard a crafty guard that can attack and shoot.
I think also too, like it's like I don't think it's like a negative thing. You know how James Harden used to play, or he doesn't really play like that anymore. But you know how James Harden used to play, get a lot of calls. I think like Shai has an element of that in his game, but it's not like that's the only thing he could do.
Exactly.
Yeah, like he definitely gets a lot of calls, but it's because like he's able to get people out of position. And it's like if you reach, he's just gonna like bring it up like he's about to shoot. So
yeah,
I feel like Shai is like a mid-range James Harden. Except he's like he doesn't James Harden. There was a point in time where James Harden's game was like unwatchable. Like it was pretty bad. But Shai's not like that. He's not that bad.
Shai's game is not unwatchable because I think honestly he has a lot more to offer than James Harden. Way more to offer.
You know what's funny? I actually think Shai is boring as hell to watch.
I love watching it. It's like watching poetry in motion.
Whenever I watch it, like when he's if he's hitting, like if he's like just scoring straight off the jumper, dope. But whatever it's like the foul calls and shit, to me, I'm sorry.
Well, for me, the art and the poetry of basketball that's played up until the foul is called is what makes it fun because there's a lot of change in pace, change in direction. He gets you going this way. He makes it look like he's going one way and he goes the other way. Or, it's just like a lot of like change in pace, a lot of change in motion that for me, that's the entertaining part. The foul, you kind of feel like it's going to come inevitably. It's going to happen because, I mean, the opponent can't keep up with him. So I enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like if you're a fan of basketball, you have to enjoy the way he plays. You know, he simply
He has
cannot
a
be
smooth
guarded.
game. He has a
Yeah,
very smooth game. He's very skilled. It's just like I
he
like
can't be.
watching players make like tough shots and shit, and that's what I like.
He makes very tough shots.
Think so?
Yeah, bro. Yesterday he made so many tough shots. He made two. I wouldn't say they were consecutive, but there were two shots pretty close to each other where like he was literally falling out of bounds or falling to the ground, and he made them on the fast break.
Yeah.
It was like mid-range jumpers on a fast break, falling to the left, and he made both of them 2 times in a row.
Would you have been mad if Jokic won the MVP or not?
Would I have been mad? No. Do I think Shai deserved it this year? Yes, for sure.
Because when I look at Jokic's numbers, I mean, he averaged a triple double as a center, bro. Like that's crazy. And he's like, he was the only good player on his team this year.
Yeah.
He willed them all the way down into the Western Conference Finals. I know the playoffs doesn't count as much, but to get him to that point, I think is like they fired his coach. They fired his coach, and he just kept pushing. I honestly think it should have been Jokic,
But you know it's hard for the NBA to give
a player that many MVPs.
2 back-to-back. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
What do you think about Mike Malone commentating? Was he commentating fully the Western Conference Finals?
Bro, he was legit a sports anchor for ESPN last night. It was really weird to watch.
That's crazy.
After the game, he came on the TV and was like, "Yo, you know, now I see why he's the MVP." type shit. Talking about Shai.
Oh, okay.
And like giving him his flowers and his praise, but it almost seemed like he was sliding Joker for sure. You know, because he was straight up saying that, you know, this is why he deserves the MVP. And honestly, Shai didn't really have that great of a shooting night, man. He had like a pretty off shooting night, but he made buckets when it counted. When he needed to pull away, when he needed the Thunder to pull away from the Timberwolves, he made buckets when it counted. But I don't think his game. I mean, he had a great. Don't get me wrong, he had a good game, but he dropped 38, 36, 38. But still, it wasn't that impressive.
That's what I like about Shai though. Like he never shies away, no pun intended. He never shies away from shooting. Like, you know how some players like why are you like 9 of 11, or like why are you like 5 for 11? Like, why did you stop shooting? Whereas Shai, it's like sometimes even if he's having a bad game, you'll look at it, like, I mean, he shot that shit like 18, 20 times, just wasn't going in. So he's never gonna like lose confidence, which I respect. He's always gonna be like shooting that shit.
I love it.
Damn, nigga, you tired?
I am. I love that.
I'm tired too.
Bro, anytime I hit legs, I'm always tired the rest of the day.
Oh, hell yeah. No, it's going to kick your ass.
Yeah, and I hit it outdoors, and like, you know, I hit it fasted first thing in the morning. So like the rest of the day, bro, I'm kind of just in and out of commission. But anyways, but yeah, nah, I think he has a very good. One thing I love about Shai, and you know, I feel like those meme pages that like ride his thing like hard, that they call him so tough. Shai is so tough. His aura is so tough. I feel like I feel like this podcast session is turning into that.
That's huge. I think he's. I don't even like watching him play like that.
You don't think he's the glorious king?
No.
You don't think our king is so tough?
No, I like Ant better, bro. Our king is so tough. It's crazy. Yo, what is it with this generation and like
obsessing?
Well, I don't know if. Well, never mind. I have a whole man shit tatted on my leg.
I mean, shit. I think, you know what, I had a moment today where the NBA, and we say this about everybody every year, everyone every year, a different player every year, but I really feel this shift of LeBron being the player that had songs made about him and like, you know, glorious king, et cetera, et cetera. I think Shai is about to get that same treatment next year.
He already does. He
does, but like now it's about to like amplify because of this MVP. If he wins a championship, bro, his aura is just gonna shoot through the roof, bro.
Bro, you saying aura sounds
like bro. One of my buddies told me he was about to. He texted me. He was like, "Yo, Shai confirmed MVP." I was like, "Yeah, he deserved it." Out of nowhere, I'm finna buy a jersey. I was like, "Damn!" It just felt like Mario coins, like 1,000 times Mario coins.
You know what it is though? I think like he's very soft. You know, he's very soft spoken.
He has that swag.
Huh?
He has that swag.
Yeah, we were saying swag. I think like he has that element of like he's a fly ass nigga, and then he could also hoop.
I mean, yeah, that's undefeated, bro.
Yeah, we'll
And
see.
he's a good dad.
Oh, he has a kid.
Yeah, his kid was on the floor. Bro, at halftime, he kissed his kid and then went crazy. And then after the game, he played basketball on the court with his kid.
Mm.
It's like a 1-year-old.
I don't follow him whatsoever. I have some of his like fits saved though. Oh my
See? See? If you have his fit saved, bro, I mean, shit.
He had that one fit that he walked. The game one fit he had on. It was tough. He don't really be missing. He be trying some shit out a little bit though. But like,
what was that interview? That's the one interview they play in all the memes. Everything I do is. They asked him. The reporter asked him a question. Everything I do is. You've seen it, and Jalen Williams and the other guy in the background, like, ooh, like, have you seen that? He's like,
I know what you're talking about.
Everything I do is fuck. That the reporter asked him a question like, "Why are you so good at, or why are you so?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Why are you so unpredictable?" And he was like, "You know what? As a matter of fact, everything I do is so unpredictable." And then everyone, I forgot, it wasn't unpredictable. It was something else. That interview was hilarious, but like it kind of just summarizes.
Oh, do you remember that one? There's like this one interview too where the interview was like, "How do you have so much aura?" or something like that. I can't. It was like a post game interview. And he was like at the table talking.
There's so many clipful moments that he has, bro. Like I feel like we're
It's right here. It's right here. If my fucking thing will load, hold on.
How are you just so consistent, like the tide, night in and night out?
Yeah.
My whole life is consistent. Everything I do, from when I eat to when I sleep.
Bro, you have to practice that shit.
Everything's consistent.
How do you just drop that bar? How do you just drop that bar?
His dad is a real nigga, bro. Have you seen his dad talk?
Yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know his dad was like that.
That shit threw me off, man.
Yeah. I didn't know his dad was like that, you know?
His dad's like,
yeah.
He's like done some shit in his past, and then like Shai's so like chill.
Certified nigga. But anyways, yes, congrats to Shai. You deserve it.
Okay, see,
they
were having a conversation. They were having a conversation recently. Oh, Vic, by the way, we can't see shit, brother.
Yeah, it's all good. I have the real page open, the YouTube page.
Oh, that's what he said to do.
Yeah. We can either do that or we can do the Discord.
Yeah, but did you see what they asked Russell Westbrook? It's like which OKC team would win? The 2013 OKC with like Russ, Harden, KD, or 2025 OKC?
That's a good question.
Oh shit!
I'd probably give it to the old school OKC. The old school, the 2007, 07, 08 OKC had a lot more weapons.
Yeah.
You're talking about Russell Westbrook in his prime. You're talking about KD in his prime. Westbrook in his prime. You have KD in his prime. You have you have James Harden. He wasn't in his prime, but he was cooking up. James Harden back then kind of reminded me of Jalen Williams today. So, yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? James Harden back then reminds me of Jalen Williams today.
Jalen Williams. I need to watch more of the game because I don't think they play like at all.
Jalen Williams is literally a spitting image of James Harden back there. When James Harden was skinny, like if Jalen Williams put on pounds, he would play exactly like James Harden today. 100%. 100%.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Okay. Well, if anyone in the chat wants to back me up on that, Jalen Williams of today reminds me of James Harden of the 07, 08 OKC Thunder. But I mean, to answer your question, I would definitely take the old school Thunder. I mean, you can't KD, Westbrook, and James Harden, a three-way punch. I don't think you can beat that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they actually beat the shit out of them. Like you had KD, Serge Ibaka, James Harden off the bench, Obviously, Russ is the second option.
Kendrick Perkins to toughen you up if he needed to.
Yeah, Thabo Sefolosha was he had a year where that corner three, he was stroking that shit, and he was good on D.
Yeah, Roberto. We forgot how versatile. Exactly. Jalen Williams today is very versatile. He plays defense and offense. He's known for that.
Nah, but James Harden was like Ginobili, like on off, like whenever he would come in with the second unit, it would be Russ, KD, and they would run that. Like, bro, James Harden was crazy. I don't know about Jalen Williams. Like, he'll stroke it and shit, and he'll play D, but I don't know if he could orchestrate like at point the way James was doing back then. I remember when James used to run the point, I'd be like, man, fuck this guy, like, because it used to be OKC versus Spurs for like 2 years, and I remember because Russ used to. I don't know what it was with Russ, but Russ would kill the Spurs. And that's when I became a big fan of Russ, when he became my favorite player outside of Kobe. And then you would have James Harden that would just come in, and I'm like, damn, bro, it's like a whole second unit that's coming in and just killing us. I don't get that from Jalen Williams like that.
You gotta watch Jalen Williams more, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I have no comment. You gotta watch him more because he's a killer. And when he wants to attack and when he wants to get into demon mode, he will. Jalen Williams is cold, bro. There's actually like a direct correlation to James Harden of 09 or whatever year that was. I saw Leon commented. There's a direct correlation of 09 James Harden to Jalen Williams of today.
I'm gonna watch their game 2 and see for real. And see just how like he moves, if he orchestrates the offense or does anything like that. I just see him like scoring here and there and playing deep. But moving on to the NFL, we have an interesting conversation. This is something we actually wanted to talk about last pod, but we didn't really get to it because we just like literally forgot. But AJ Brown says athletes are addicted to porn and objectify women because they have a lot of money.
Yeah. Vic, you should. Yeah.
What?
Nothing. It's something else. Anyways, no, I was saying that like the title should have been porn addiction, but it's all good. Yeah. But anyways,
athletes are what?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you put athletes are horny. I don't know if you can change it now or if it's too late, but
I saw the clip on that, and I mean, I'm not an athlete, so I can't really say something, but I believe it. You know, I definitely believe that like porn addiction is definitely a real thing today, bro. They're trying to ban porn across the United States.
Oh shit, I saw that. What do you? Okay, let's stay on the athlete thing, then we can move on to the porn ban all across. I think what happens with athletes is that a lot of them are young, man. Like you get all this money at 21, 22, and like you just a horny nigga. Like you're young, you're gonna be horny, and you're in a very like high testosterone environment. So like maybe sometimes like, and then also too, when you get all that money, all the women that you ever fantasize about in life, they're right there at your front door.
Right there.
Like, and you have the means to kind of like afford that lifestyle that attracts them. So I don't know so much so if it's like straight up porn addiction. I think it's just you give young men a lot of money and you put them into the world. Shit's gonna happen with women. Like they're gonna definitely try to get their fill of it. And then as they grow and mature, they're gonna realize, okay, like this shit is not worth it.
I wouldn't say all of them are like that. I think there's definitely some, level-headed ones that come in already understanding how that game works and how that goes, and they're able to control their horniness and all that stuff. I'm tripping. I'm looking at the old one. So when you watch the YouTube, it kind of like fucks you up.
I don't watch YouTube. He has it on the stream right now. So
okay, cool. Anyways, but yeah, no, I think everything he said was right, and everything you just said was right. There is an addiction to like fast pussy, like fast and easy pussy. Like it's easy. You got the money, everything can come, everything comes, everything.
Pause.
Yeah, I feel like there's a deeper topic that we can get into. even just regarding you and I, like, in the earlier stages of our life, in the earlier stages of like our newborn success, even at this micro level compared to an athlete, you know,
Me,
you,
nigga? What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Why is this nigga just attaching? He said,
mean,
I think me and you can relate. I'm like, where is he taking this, man? Because what the fuck are you talking about, man? Nah, I
so,
can't relate, nigga. What are you talking about?
so should I delete that? Should I not?
I mean, you don't have
Should
to
I,
delete. I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about, my G.
I mean, just it's a mature conversation. Like,
Okay,
shit, I
let's
can
talk
only.
about
My point is that like, as an athlete, I can only imagine because I'll come out and say it for myself before I really like got right with God and got right with myself. When I first embarked on the scene and started making a lot of money and like, buying all these cars, traveling the world, you start to objectify. There's a short period where you may start to objectify and do all these things. So I can definitely see how an athlete with hundreds of millions of dollars can, quickly fold to like, having just multiple sex partners and just, even pornography or even, being of such a level that you can even contact the porn stars that you fantasize about and having sex with them. I mean, we see that a lot. So it's like, it's very, very understandable.
yeah, what I was gonna say. Well, okay, yeah, the objectifying women part and being like a sex addict or a porn addict, I can't relate to that. But definitely, like whenever you start seeing some level of success, whatever field that you're in, yeah, you could get lost in the sauce and you have like a lot of women in front of you, or you have a decent amount of women in front of you, or women that just want to listen to you. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna, especially when you're young, you're gonna have your fun. But
And there's
yeah,
options. There's a lot of options, and at points you're entertaining multiple, and like there's just a lot of options.
yeah,
You get to a point where like you have all this newfound success, and this newfound money that your life becomes entertaining multiple women becomes like a huge percentage of the pie of your life, and
yeah.
it
But also,
occupies.
I also don't want it to get, because Roberto brought up a good point. Um, Bro, it's just men. Like regular motherfuckers are just the same way. Like it's not, you just like, if you gave a normal man on the street money and a lot of like fame and just like popularity, he would do the same shit.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying with newfound money and
Okay,
newfound,
yeah.
yeah. Like I'm not saying no normal. I mean, yeah, as a normal dude, you can fantasize about it, but it's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to
He
happen.
said, "Gotta preach discipline to the young men."
Yeah, man. A lot of men don't have that.
That's funny
I,
as fuck, man.
I used to not, but yeah, it's
I, man, as I've gotten older and I've had this conversation with some of the with some of the homies at the gym. I'm good, man. Like if I see like a fine, if I see a fine girl walk by, I just be like, "Ah, she look good," and that's it. Like literally, like I have no intent. Like I don't want to do nothing. I'm not trying to chase. I'm not trying to. I'm just like, I like cool. I don't know if it's because I'm just older or just maybe like I've already like experienced something in my distant past about that kind of stuff, but it just don't hit the same no more for me. Like this is gonna sound corny, but I'd rather like listen to what a girl, how she thinks, can she elevate or can she help elevate me, or like can I learn something from her, stuff like that. Like I don't really, I don't know, I don't, that whole fucking the fuck thing, that's just kind of like not my vibe no more, bro. That's still,
yeah. Useless sex has become. It's like it's worthless. It doesn't really do much for you. Um, there was a time where, like I said, when you're first on the scene, it seems like the cool thing to do, but you quickly realize that like honestly, it leaves you feeling more empty than you did before, and it also desensitizes you to having sex with someone that you actually care about and love. Um, I don't think there's anything good that comes out of it, man. And there's a reason why usually when you do that, it usually ends up in a baby that you weren't prepared for, or it ends up in like broken hearts or like even something worse. So Bro, you definitely have like trolls.
For sure. Yeah.
You have trolls.
Yeah. What did he say?
You have trolls. Yeah, Vic, you gotta be on high monitor alert today for sure.
No, I don't. No. Keep him. That's funny. That's cool. No. He's cool. That's funny. That's cool. Even the last guy, I didn't even feel like the need to kick him out. But that's funny.
No, the last guy was OD.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not even. No, I'm not doing that. Not that. It's just looks aren't everything, dog. Like that's another thing too. Like not speaking that particular situation, but one of the things I always hate is like when I see on social media, it's like, damn, he lost a bad girl. I know he down bad. Like the looks are amazing, but also too, like there's other components that go into a relationship. Like if you're not happy with someone, then it's okay to move on. And I'm not saying like I'm not speaking that situation particularly. I just say in general, like whenever I see that, I'm like, damn, something must have been not clicking in that particular relationship because like visually that woman's beautiful, but they're not together anymore. But like you realize quickly, bro, it's not everything.
That was a good way to throw a slight. That was good, man. I caught that.
That's not a slight, man. No, bro. Shut up, bro.
Hey, I feel how I see
Nah.
I'm kidding.
Nah. So okay, so for example, bro, there's beautiful women everywhere. Like
Yeah.
not like just because you're beautiful doesn't mean that like you should be locked down. It's not, does that make sense? Like you have to bring more to the table than just being pretty. And I'm not saying that's not like what that situation was. I'm just saying like from dude's perspective, they're like all the girl has to be is fine as fuck. It's like
Yeah,
no,
I've talked to women that are fine as fuck and they drive me actually like absolutely sorry. They drive me absolutely insane. Yeah, it's not fun. I yeah, it's not fun at all. Looks aren't everything. I'm with you on that. I back you.
for
you.
sure. Hey, Kari speaking, bro. A woman's decision can make her look ugly. Once
Is that
again,
did we confirm if Kari was a man or a female?
sounds like a dude. He's a man. We talked about it. He's a man. But
He's a
also,
man. Whoa.
so for example, right? I think being beautiful opens the door, but then after that, there has to be like an attachment. Like I gotta fuck with your mentality. I gotta fuck with like how you think. Like are you a hard worker? Like are you smart? Those things matter. You can't. It just can't be like you pretty and you ain't got shit going on. You're not doing nothing. Like it don't. I feel like there's beautiful people everywhere, and there's gonna be people that can offer something. There's people that can't.
I can't date a beautiful woman that doesn't have anything going on for her. Especially with my lifestyle, you have to be able to like motivate me in some sort of way. I don't care what you do.
Yo, mama's favorite. How old are you, bro? That's true. That's true. Okay, so look, remember we had this conversation when we started getting older?
Yeah.
I said, hey man, sometimes that good woman might have had already like a family in her past. Because
Yeah.
we're at the age now at 30 where there's no way like you did not like there's almost no way where you didn't like escape your 20s without like trying to start a family. It's rare.
It depends on how old your mama's favorite is. If your mama's favorite is like a 20-something-year-old and he's saying that, you just need to look harder. But if you're 30 plus, you're 30 plus, then I completely understand you, brother. I'm with you on that. Trust, big trust. I'm with you. But if you're in your 20s, brother, like you just gotta look harder, bro. You're looking in the wrong pool. If you're in your 20s and you're looking around and everyone you see is pregnant or having a kid, then you just gotta look harder, bro.
Yeah.
Eject yourself from that pool, go to another pool.
But wait. But also too, that's when girls start having kids.
Yeah, but we can't sit here and say that like everyone in their 20s is out here pregnant and shit. That's not true.
No, that's not true.
Bro, if for us, Russell, I agree. Like, okay, it's hard because we're not gonna go date a 20-something-year-old. That's gonna be fucking catastrophe. That's gonna be catastrophic.
What's the youngest in theory if you're single that you would date?
I had this conversation with someone yesterday, actually. Um, and it was a hypothetical question because he's going through something where he's my age, and he went on a date with like a 26-year-old. And what?
It's not that bad. How 30 like
I couldn't do it, man.
26? Okay.
I just feel like me personally, I didn't realize who I was until I was 30.
Okay.
It took me getting to the age of 30 to really realize who I was. So for me to start to date someone who like doesn't have life figured out yet, man, especially in this day and age where people are just kind of chasing whatever social media identity that they want to be like and not really doing things for themselves. You know, it's hard to date someone like that because one moment they could be all about this, and then the next moment they flip and they're all about that. I rather date someone who's approaching 30, has figured. I think 28 is my minimum.
You're 32 or
That's what
31?
I think that's what my birth certificate says. Yes.
It's okay, my nigga. Age is beautiful, dog. Yo,
Nah.
Kari, who are you talking to? He said, yeah, the tattooing kids is a problem when you get older. Just met one that wanted a chest and neck tattoo. Who are you talking to, my guy?
Like she wanted the tattoo on you, or she wanted the tattoo and you were just like, what the hell are you doing?
She wanted the tattoo. He also said he asked the girl what her goals was, and she said nothing. Who are you talking? Hey, that's it, Kari. That sounds like a you thing, G. What the fuck?
Bro, imagine you're talking to a girl and she said, what are your goals? Nothing.
That conversation, wherever we're at, I'll be like, oh man, look at the time.
Oh man, honestly, I wouldn't even be polite. If we were at dinner and the girl said nothing, hey waiter.
Nah,
yes?
hell no.
Can you
Like,
bring the check?
So I'll say this too, like for me, so I'm 30, I'm turning 31 at the end of this year. The youngest I would date, it's a combination of two things, right? I think the youngest I would date would probably be like 25, 26, but it would have to be like a mature 25, 26. Like you would have to have some life experiences. Like usually kids that are like the firstborn, they're going to be a little bit more mature if they have like siblings and all that kind of stuff. But
it would have to be someone, it would have to be a 26-year-old that's been through some shit. Because I've been through some shit.
Yeah, been through some stuff, and then also like have been places. Like there's sometimes like you be talking, I don't know, man. Like when you talk to these younger kids, not like saying I'm talking to younger kids, but when you hang around like younger kids, you realize like little shit be annoying you. It's like your palate is undeveloped. Like if I take you to a nice restaurant, like you over here looking for chicken tenders and shit, like what? Like that's that's already a turn off for me. Or like like bro, have a mature mouth. Or like we going somewhere to like an airport, you don't know where shit's at. Like I'm just like, man.
Yeah, that shit's a turn off, bro.
Yeah, like
or honestly, another thing.
Sounds stupid, but that should be
this is weird, but like Deion Sanders, they made a post the other day where I saw he said, if you're dating a man, for me in my case, man, I feel like a woman too. When I heard that post, I was like, damn, this kind of goes for me with a woman too, because I wake up early. I can't date someone that like wants to lay in bed until 9:30, 10 a.m., bro.
Yeah, unless
sick.
Unless like
they work night shift.
A job. She has like a job. If she got a job, I get it. Like you have your day off, you're sleeping in, cool. Like I'm not gonna trip. But if like you just little shit like that just be annoying. I'm like, you ain't got no routine, like,
bro. If I'm up in the crib making coffee, washing the dishes, doing my chores, and you're still in bed. And I look at if I go do my workout, come back. If I go to my workout, bro, come back, and you're still, and it's 9:30, my whole day has started, half of my day's been completed, and you're still sleeping, automatic turn off.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens with the people that are 18 to 26.
Yeah.
You know, no sense of time.
Yeah, we weren't even talking about 18. Shit.
But, yeah, 18 is crazy.
18 is demented. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like with age comes experience, and with experience, like there just comes like this maturity that hits different. And you're kind of right. Whenever you say you didn't know who you were until you were 30, I was like, damn, like I just now accepted like the construct of who I am. Obviously, I'm still learning and shit, but I'm like, okay, I don't like this, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not trying to change that. Like, that's just how I am right
Yeah.
now, you know. And like, I'm completely comfortable with that. Versus like when you're 25 and going up, like you don't even know what you don't like, or you don't even know who you really are. There's certain experiences you haven't been through that has that is supposed to shape how you think and stuff. I don't know, man. I
Kari,
would say yeah, but for me, definitely like 25, 26. That's probably the youngest I'll go.
Carrie said he had someone that wanted to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I think, and if anyone comes to you and they said that if you know, there's two things. You know, if someone says their goal is I want to be nothing, or no, if you ask them what their goals are and their goals are nothing, that's a red flag. You run away, run in the opposite direction. If someone also, if a partner comes to you and says I want to be a stay-at-home person, that's also a red flag in my opinion. In my opinion, this may not. I'm not saying that I'm some red pill dude or whatever. I'm just saying, me personally, I want to be with someone who can build with me. I want to be with someone who motivates me. Whether they have a lemonade stand that they operate and they work on the corner of the street every day, if they're attentive with it, and they put all their hard work into it, hard work and effort into it, I'm with it. Okay, lemonade stand is a little bit crazy.
Bro, no, I'm just thinking like where did like
I mean,
no,
it's
where did
common
this
for
come from though, man? Like where did stay-at-home girlfriend come from?
Instagram. What do you? I mean, yeah, Instagram. But the thing is, most of these chicks. Well, I was about to say something crazy. Most of these chicks that claim that they're stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home girlfriends, they have a hustle on it off of IG. They have a hustle off of the
That's
followers that
fine.
they're. That's
That's
fine
fine.
to me.
That's
That's
fine, but
still fine. Yeah.
it can't be like you want to be a stay-at-home girlfriend and like I'm paying for everything.
Yeah. No, that's not gonna work.
I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm just not like
If I'm in a household with a female,
no.
she has to contribute to the bills. She has to contribute. She has to contribute to the household in some sort of way,
Yeah.
whether it's cooking, cleaning, laundry. And I'm not saying these are gender-based roles. I'll do it too, but we have to sit down at the beginning of our relationship and come up with a plan where we're both contributing to make our lives better, to make the kids' lives better, to make our household better, to make the family better. I can't be with somebody that just sits there and expects to be dished out money or a credit card to spend or a credit card limit. That does not work for me because for me, I just build resentment.
Yeah. I'll say this like if I had like if I had like retirement money and shit, like where like obviously I'm chilling, cool. Obviously, be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I don't give a fuck. Because if I'm probably not gonna be doing too much. But also too, the reason why I say that I personally can't do it is because I just want to look at my girl and feel motivated in the sense of like she works hard and she has a craft that she's doing that I respect, and it makes me want to like go harder at mine or something. I don't know. Maybe like an equal type of like not equal, but like oh yeah, equal. Just something that I can look at and like, damn, that's dope. Like you're doing something that motivates me as well. Versus like you just have to like the cooking and cleaning for me. I mean, I still live in an apartment, so it's like I could cook and clean. Like it's not a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think that concept of like being like a stay at home person only comes into me from marriage, not like girlfriend. The key word for me is girlfriend. Like girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm different for sure. I think even when we're married, like you got to be doing something like
Well,
100.
I'm saying if we're married, I can entertain. I can entertain the conversation because now maybe we're talking about starting a family for real and all that type of shit. And maybe you want to stay at home to kind of like build a family and establish like the culture. Cool. We could have the conversation and figure that out. But
Yeah,
girlfriend, I don't know, man. That's just never been my. I'm not knocking people that do it because I do have friends that do that shit, and I always ask them a lot of questions. Uh, for example, there's this one guy that does social media. He explained to me, and he's young too. He's like 23. He explains to me that he told his girl to quit his job and she stays at home and and supports him and cooks and cleans and has his meals ready when he gets back from the gym and when he goes to all that kind of shit. I'm like,
That's
okay. And it works for him. He's cool.
yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that. But I'll take that in the sense that like that should be, you know, that actually I'm not gonna lie, I don't take that.
Also, shout out to Bianca. You're like the second female that I've seen in here, or woman that we've seen here. Sometimes I know some people don't like the word female. I'm sorry. She said, I think the way social media in general has glorified a baddie has a psychological impact on today's generation, men and women. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Everyone has this, these women have this persona that like, they have this idea that like, you know, all I got to do is get a BBL, go to the gym, post seductive photos on Instagram, post half naked photos, and then eventually an NBA nigga or an NFL nigga is going to wife me up and that's it. It's a wrap.
I mean, they're not wrong.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong, but it's also influencing these women that Carrie's talking about to do, you know, these women that Carrie, you know, pool that he's in, the women that he's finding that literally have, when you ask them like, what are your goals? Oh, nothing. Like it's influencing that generation of women. So it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean for us regular niggas that aren't athletes and that aren't athletes?
You know what I was gonna say too? Nah, actually, I'm not gonna say that.
Fuck.
What?
I'm hot.
You're hot.
Like it's hot in my house. Like,
oh, okay.
Let me get some blinds for this room.
No, but I was gonna say, man. Actually, fuck it. I'll say it. Wait, Wags. Wait, bro. There's a whole TikTok algorithm for girls that learn to be 24 in the chat. That's a world record. We understand. Pew, pew, pew. But sorry. Jamie said, bro, there's a whole TikTok. Yeah, there is for girls that learn to be Wags. What's that? What does Wags stand for again? Wives at. What does WAG stand for? We got Vic, the engineer, figured out what WAG stands for. Wives and girlfriends of high-profile sportsmen and women. I'll be watching some of this shit. It's kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, shit, bro. I'll
be watching. I'll be tapped in. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of hard.
If I was a woman, you know, it's kind of contradictory to what we've all, literally everything we've been speaking about for the last 30 minutes. But if I were a woman, if I were a girl, I'm just saying in comments. If I were a girl and I had a puss, I don't blame you for wanting to get the cosmetic surgery and, you know, I mean, I don't blame you for wanting to do that and just land upon a rich nigga to take care of you. I don't blame you. It makes life easier. But this shit is hard, man. As a man, this shit is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Life is tough, man. Especially when you run a business and life is tough in general, bro. Life is tough as a man. Like it is. So if I was a woman, man, and I was good looking and I had the money to get cosmetic surgery, if I were able to take out a loan and get a BBL and a boob job and get some plastic work on my face to look like a Kardashian, just so a nigga can wife me up, shit, do it. I mean, don't do it. I'm not advocating that you do it. I'm just saying, okay, let me take that back. I'm not advocating that you understand, girl. Okay, so society, I understand why they would do that.
Yeah, society has deemed it okay that you can rely on a man to provide a lifestyle for you. Yeah. And you won't get like shit for it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you get kind of props because it's like, oh shit, you got a man that take care of you. Like, girl, I wish you had your life type of shit. I don't know, you know. But yeah, that's just not my shit, bro. I can't do it. Salute to the people that be doing that shit though.
I mean, we could talk about this as grown men, mature men, in our current lives versus our past lives. We've both had experiences with like women that, you know, don't bring anything to the table, whether it was like publicized or not. But like, should I?
Well, we gotta work on how you just be pulling me into shit, bro. I don't have women in my past that don't bring shit to the table.
Yeah, you have.
No, who? What the fuck? She brought shit to the table. What you mean? She was cool.
I'm talking about like the intermissions, like the interludes.
Those girls were never
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were nothing
Oh, well, I mean,
because they saw Russ
there was no
Shawley, 5 times
table,
world champion.
there was no table for them to bring anything to. I wasn't providing a table. That's what I mean. Like,
Oh, well, that's
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah, bro. This nigga just keep trying to bring me into shit. What the fuck? I've never dated a girl and I thought, yo, she didn't bring anything to my table.
What do you want to call it? Dating may be the wrong word, but like I've been around some women that right off first rip, like Carrie said, like you ask him a question like, "What are your goals?" Well, I'm kind of confused. Like that shit.
Oh no, we can't do that at this age. I'm not doing that at this age.
I'm like,
I'm not doing that at this
I'm running
age.
a fucking business, and I'm talking to a woman that's telling me I'm kind of confused, nigga. What the fuck?
No. Hey, we can't be talking and it's like, yeah, I'm just still figuring life out. Oh shit. Damn, nah, I can't do that, fam. It gotta be like, I'm working towards this, not I don't even know what I'm working towards. Nah, yeah, we're not doing that. Bro, we've had that conversation, remember? I said, bro, we are at a point in life where it has to be quality women going forward. It can't be like, bro, all this like useless playing around and shit like that, bro. We're too old for that. It has to be like women that are on track to go somewhere because we're aspiring to go somewhere. If not, we've been somewhere and like we're like we know what it takes, all that kind of shit. We can't just be like, nah, bro. And like I would think that we would both check each other too, like if we veered off the path and it's like, yo, man, what are you doing, man? Like that, like she has to have a career, she has to have like a stable foundation mentally.
I can confidently say that if any woman is in either one of our lives and they remain in our lives, it's because it's because we approve of it. Like I approve of who you're dating and you approve of who I'm dating as bros. Like it's just that's how it should be. You should be able to hold your bros accountable. And they have to, like you said before I cut you off, they have to check that as well.
Yeah. Damn, sure. 2 girls in the chat. What's up, Kylie? Damn, that
might be a boy. That might be a man. He might have accidentally added an extra E. We thought Carrie was a woman.
Bro,
Kyle. It might be Kyle.
Oh, nah, that's Kylie.
Her profile is Kylie. My bad, Kylie.
Kylie, that's crazy.
I didn't see your profile.
Yo, Kyle, don't let him put that on you, Kylie. That's crazy.
I didn't see your profile. My bad.
That's crazy.
But yeah, interludes, Dev. Interludes are the intermissions between a serious relationship. So, you know, it takes a few interludes to realize that, damn, one, this dating pool is very trim, very slim. And two, bro, I got to get my shit together and find the right woman because these interludes, if you, man, I don't even know if I should say this.
No, don't say it.
I'm going to say it though. Settling. If you get caught up on it, if you allow, you know, like when you're listening to an album and like you hear the interlude the first time, like let's say this new Drake album drops and you hear the interlude the first time and you're like, okay, that was cool, but I'll never fucking listen to that shit again. You know, you listen to it, but then if you become that person that you're the kind of person where you like to listen to the album in full, but like when you save it to Apple Music, you don't remove the interludes. If you become the person that allows the interludes to play and continue to live in your life, oh man, you might end up getting that bitch pregnant. You might end up having kids with that girl. Sorry, whoa, I take that back. You might end up getting that girl pregnant. You might end up having kids with that girl, and before you know it, that interlude has ruined your life. So,
interlude is fire. From Drake's album, the Kendrick interlude from his first album is fire. But that's what's up.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes there's those interludes that are hard to let go. Fuck gospel.
No gospel, nigga. No gospel.
No, I'm just saying that. Sometimes.
Shawley's sacrificing his life to take this pod to the next level.
No,
he's like
all my past life. This is all past life experiences. I'm not talking about anything current. I'm just saying that, like, as a man, sometimes in life, when you're going through the interludes and albums of life, like interludes can fuck you up. They can really fuck you up. And it's up to a real man you become a real man when you're able to cut those interludes out and focus on the main material. Yeah. The main product, you know, the main story.
You're gonna fuck up the album with too many. You can only like if you have too many interludes, you're gonna fuck up the whole album.
Yeah.
This is all theatrical. This is all theatrical. It's not real, not facts. Got to have some good discernment to let go of the interludes before it goes outside for real. That's the biggest thing when you get older too, man. Discernment.
Let's actually. I think a lot of people are going to actually come to this video for this because you didn't really spend a lot of time on it. The main thing is porn addiction.
Oh yeah, so America, or the government is thinking about banning porn, statewide, right, or like nationwide, right?
Nationwide, yeah.
What do you think about that? And do you watch porn?
Okay, to answer your first question, I think that's a great idea. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I think porn has ruined a lot of lives. You guys, I mean, and then to answer your second question, I mean, Russ and Alex, I said Alex, but I said Russ and the crew, they all know that I don't do that, you know?
I fucked this up when you said that. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah. So I don't do that. I don't watch that. And yeah, I won't go any further into that. I don't want to incriminate anyone else on this pod, but I don't watch I don't watch it. I'm obviously not addicted to it.
What the fuck, man? It's just me.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, my bad. I didn't know what to do. I was at an intersection and I had to make a decision like what I say next. But I don't do it for myself, and I would hope that you don't do it as well. But I think I'm not gonna say that I've never in my entire life watched it. I'm not one of them niggas, but you know, I definitely, you know, quickly was able to realize when I was a younger kid that like, man, you know what's crazy? When I first like watched it and when I guess was watching it at a point in my life, it kind of lined up with one of the sermons that I got from church when I was going to church. Not that I don't go to church, but it lined up with it. And you know, that the sermon that I went to kind of opened my eyes up to like what it was actually doing in my life. You know, it was desensitizing my feelings towards the person I was with. It was desensitizing my feelings towards sex. It was, you know, not really allowing me to tap in with my emotions with the woman that I was interacting with or the person I was with. It was more so all about sex and, you know, body parts and what was sexual, what looked good, what turned me on. So I say all that to say that like I think those points are still very valid today. And I think that, you know, if you're a man who is listening to this or will listen to this, if you're addicted to porn, take a step back, listen to everything I just said, and really think about if the things I've said are happening in your life today. Do you feel emotionally detached from your female? Do you feel like you're always thinking about how you can sex your female up or sex other women up? Like, if you feel like that, it's probably because you're watching too much porn. Do you feel like, you know, the sex that you're having is just like, I guess, underwhelming or doesn't meet the expectations that you want? It's probably because you're watching a lot of porn. So, you know what's crazy? When you remove porn from your life, man, it really allows you to like tap in with who you're with and tap in.
All right, man. Okay. So like whenever okay, let's slow down a little bit here. I want to know how much porn y'all niggas be watching or how much porn be corrupting y'all minds. Because I feel like I'm a moderation type of person. Like whenever people are like, oh, like I used to watch porn and drink on the weekends, I'm like, all right. And it's like it really corrupted how I thought. Because there's this one influencer. I mean, fuck it. I don't know if you all follow him. His name is Damien or some shit. Damien Fat, some shit. Like I don't know his full name on IG. But he said he had a porn addiction. And I just wanted to like ask him, I'm like, how much porn are you watching for you to consider it a porn addiction?
I mean,
right?
bro, I think if you watch porn in general, you're sick.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I don't think there's like a level of like you're trying to make it seem like
no, wait, no. So I'm offering. Let me land my point because like, bro, a lot of people watch porn.
Okay.
A lot of people watch.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, a lot of people watch porn, and I think that there are some individuals that, for whatever reason, when they
Be
watch
breaking the
porn,
porn.
they don't know how to like moderately watch porn. They become sexual deviants. And I say this to have the alcohol conversation too. You know the trend of like influencers like talking about how like they used to party hard and like they quit drinking and it they adopt a fitness all that kind of stuff. I'm like, how much are you actually drinking? And are you just saying that? Like,
You know what, man? I would have to disagree. I think porn is more on the cocaine side, where like you shouldn't be doing cocaine, so like you can't really gauge like how much cocaine or how much porn are you watching. I feel like you shouldn't even pick up the porn at all. I think you should just excommunicate porn out of your life for the rest of your life. I don't think there's no healthy amount of porn that any human should be watching. Like there's no healthy like there's no I mean Vic, you're a young kid, you're a young bull. Like, would you agree that there's no healthy like amount of porn? Like you can't just say like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, damn, we just throw people into the fucking.
I mean shit, bro.
Okay, so
Like,
I'll
there's
speak for
nothing
myself.
good that comes from it.
I'll speak for myself. When I was younger, I used to watch. I mean, I don't watch porn. I honestly like I've stopped watching porn. Like I don't watch it that much. I just don't anymore. But when I was younger, I used to watch porn and I used to masturbate. I didn't form a I didn't form like an unhealthy relationship. Like I didn't like only I'm like, like I just want to have sex all the time and da da da. Like nigga, I was young and horny. Like it's normal. Like of course. I don't think it's that for me. It was never that deep. And then I started realizing,
Oh, God.
once I started like having actual sex, I was like, I don't
Hey,
really want like
answer Jamie's question. Once a day, how many times a day? How many times a day?
once a day, not like twice. Not now. I'm just saying like when I was younger, in the morning and then at night. When I was younger, what? bro, I feel like niggas. I like now in my adult age, I don't really do it like that.
You should probably just put like a hard like I don't do it. I just don't do it.
That wouldn't be true.
Oh, so you be doing it.
Like once in a while, yeah.
Okay. Should we edit? Like, what just happened, man? What just happened?
What, bro? Are we all gonna cap, man? Like, are we just gonna cap? Yo, chat. Let's be honest, dog.
No one is on your side, man. No one is gonna come out and say,
chat.
bro, these niggas have jobs. And I've been like, oh, I be beating my shit too.
I'm getting tired of this shit, bro. Everyone's fucking lying, man. Everyone is lying, bro. They just want to look like horny deviants, bro. They're all lying, bro. Bro, they're all lying. Hold on.
I just honestly discovered something new about you.
Really? Wait, go back up. I wanted to read what Bianca said. Bianca said, truly though, I know it's subjective, but do y'all consider OF/provocative IG posts as porn? Always interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this.
Yeah, soft porn.
That's a good question. So there's some I have some homegirls that post very like seductive like pictures. I don't like those because I'm just like I just feel uncomfortable with my name being under those posts. But like I'm cool with them. But I'm like, do I view that as porn?
That is soft porn, right?
Yeah. So well, okay, so the fit pics like of the girlies and shit. Vic, you can scroll down to the bottom now. Yeah, it's definitely bordering soft porn. It's tough for me to speak sometimes because I do be taking shirtless pictures. Shaw, you take shirtless pictures every day.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm not judging, I'm just calling it what it is.
Is that soft? Females in the chat, is men taking shirtless pictures? Is that soft porn? Because that's been around since like the 30s, since before the beginning of time.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I call it soft porn because it's not just like simple bikini pics. It's like girls be like fucking like boob crack all in the picture, or like girls be bending over and like spreading their asshole to show the hamstrings and shit. I'm like, damn, like what's going on? This is like an OF picture.
Oh my God, Russ be hitting PRs and blowing loads. See what you've started? Now, people are going to consider you that blowing load guy.
Chat,
And
chat. Be honest. Be fearless like me. Like, bro, I know y'all be jacking off. Y'all lying.
oh God, man.
Y'all lying, bro.
Where this podcast has turned, man. Chineke.
Bro, y'all are all lying. I refuse to believe that every dude in this chat's like, yeah, no, I never.
Nah, I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying that no one's gonna come out and thank you, Bianca. But yeah, I mean, bro, I'm a fitness dude, bro. I'm a I'm an IBB pro, and you're a fucking bodybuilder, power builder, power lifter. Like, I mean, this is our profession. I don't think what we do is porn. I mean, I may be contradictive. I may be contradicting myself, but
What I'm saying it's like thirst traps though. It's like the lust that's added with it. Like that goes back to y'all's lives a few weeks ago. I'm not against it, but my man can't. Oh yeah. No. I don't. Okay, yeah. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not watching porn. There's no way. Like that's kind of nuts. A little bit.
yeah.
I was about to say.
I just don't think I had to stop you. Yeah, I don't think that like watching. Man, I just think not watching porn is good, man. There's nothing good.
I'm not advocating for porn. I'm just saying, like, I think things in moderation. Just because you watch porn don't mean you a sexual deviant. But I definitely, if you cannot operate, because there's people that you can't start your day or like you can't be a normal human being if you don't bust one off and watch some porn, or like you're spending hours on it. That's pretty sick. That's you probably taking it a little bit too far, and like you're going broke because you're like paying like live chats and shit like that and webcam shows and all that. That's you might have a problem.
I also think that's I've watched a couple of like podcasts and stuff like that where like men are proud about like the chatterbaits and all these websites that they join. Like that's like really like
I'm not with all that. I'm just saying, you watch a video to help you get one off real quick.
What's your preferred genre?
All right, man. All right. No, that's
two girls, one cup.
You're sick. You're sick. As in every influencer or fitness influencer say clothes and wearing baggy stuff will it sell the same way? I don't think so.
I don't know what that means, man.
Yeah, I don't know what type of session needs hours.
I don't know what he was. That was a long one. But Jeremiah actually agreed with you. I think he said he'd be beating his meat too. So
what?
He said that up there. He was like, I'm with Russ on this. And I would assume.
Ben said Shawley a fed.
I'm not a fed, dude. Hey, I'm going to say this. Like, bro, porn is like cocaine. It's a drug that you shouldn't be taking. I don't think anything good comes out of watching porn. Don't watch porn. Don't watch porn. I don't think it makes you a horrible person or anything like that. I'm just saying that there's nothing good that comes from it.
Hey, Kari tripping.
I don't want to wake up to ass pics every day. It gets old.
To who?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I mean, I don't want to wake up to it on my IG feed, but
Oh, we're talking about IG feed.
If girl, to the two girls that are listening or watching, an ass pic a day keeps the porn. Okay.
But I think also one thing that happens when you're in control of like your sexual urges, man. And yeah, like see, my athletics has it right. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, and so is porn. It's so easy to pull your phone out and do whatever you need to do to get yourself off. But what was I about to say?
Y'all just don't got no self-control, bro.
No, if you are able to like control your urges as a man when it comes to sex, that whether it's porn or like having sex with like women, you start to realize you feel a lot better. So let me ask you this. This is a great question. Is watching porn habitually or having sex with multiple women, meaningless sex with multiple women, are they on the same playing field? Like, you know, is it better to watch porn and, you know, struggle with that addiction, or is it better to like have meaningless sex with like a roster of women? Or is it like that's crazy, Dylan? Don't ever say that again. But is it like is it on the same same level playing field, or
I'll say, I feel like having actual sex with multiple, or like with a roster of women is probably more detrimental because I feel like you're splitting your soul like multiple times, and you're also probably creating a mess of drama that is going to follow you for a decent amount of time. You could also get someone pregnant. I just feel like that's a little bit more of a dangerous route versus like I'd much rather have to be a porn addiction than be like I have a roster full of women that I'm always rotating. I just feel like that's a little bit more of a riskier situation because of the real life implications that come with that.
what if we I agree. I don't agree, but what if we all like just like teamed up and just became like super alpha man that didn't need drugs and didn't need drugs, but also didn't need like this addiction of
Okay.
porn.
You're
Yeah.
scaring me for a second.
Yeah.
That was a crazy fucking like transition to a question. What if we teamed up and did what, my nigga?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, we can sit here and talk about what's better and what's not. I think as men and as obviously quote unquote influencers in this position, we should be influencing others to not watch porn and then to also not have meaningless sex.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Yeah.
great. I'm right there right now. Let's not
Yeah.
watch porn and have meaningless sex. I'm
Yeah.
right there. What you mean?
Yeah, that's what we should be. I think it's good that we had this conversation because, you know, there's another influencer I follow. He's actually with Anaka. His name is Austin. He openly talks about his porn addiction, and I feel like it takes a lot of courage to openly talk about your porn addiction.
He's
And
addicted to like what? Like porn? Like what do you mean? Like
he
he just includes that with his fitness content or what?
he was addicted,
Oh, he was addicted.
so he makes content to help others that are addicted.
I just want to talk to these people. We need to have someone that is like addicted to porn or was addicted to porn and talk to them and like really have a conversation. Because what does addicted to porn mean? Like, what was he doing? Do you know?
Bro, I think addicted to porn is feeling like you need to watch it every day.
Yeah, that's probably that's an addiction.
But like, would you call doing cocaine once a week an addiction?
I feel like it's more so the desire of like you can't stop doing it and you need to do it every single week.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah, that would be an addiction. But if you're doing it every week, it's like different. It's like if there's like I cannot not miss a week of doing cocaine, that sounds like you're building an addiction.
yeah. Yeah. Addicted to watching Black is crazy, but that brought me back.
Well, speaking of Black, RG3 versus Ryan Clark. Why'd you put White Clark, bro? It's Ryan Clark. White Clark is crazy.
See, this is a good man. We need to have this on the next pod. Hey, Jamie, the next episode we'll talk about sports betting and addiction. That's a good topic. I would love to talk about that.
Shit. My nigga,
Yeah.
you be tweaking in the chat.
No, I don't.
Mood be all thrown off because you lost the bet and shit. I'll be like, damn, nigga, you addicted?
You know what? I'm gonna go out and say that sports betting can be an addiction.
It definitely is an addiction. It was illegal because it was an addiction.
It
My
can
thing is, you can't ban porn if you're not gonna ban like sports betting and like alcohol. And shit.
Come on now. Let's not take it that far, brother.
Bro,
He's talking about a man thrusting his cock. Sorry. Yeah. Let's just
so RG3 RG3 versus Ryan Clark about Caitlin Clark. Did you see that whole conversation, that back and forth?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to set the table.
Yeah, set the tone because
so Ryan Clark called out RG3's take on the Ryan Clark and about the Caitlin Clark and the Angel Reese situation by saying that that RG3 doesn't know what it's like to be a Black woman in America because he has married a white woman and he doesn't talk to his kids about being a Black woman in America. And RG3 basically just came back because that's way out of bounds. And RG3 is obviously married to a white woman. And Ryan Clark also, Ryan Clark is married to a black woman, has black kids, and then also has a white baby mother, from what I've learned. So, what's your thoughts on just kind of how Ryan Clark went at RG3, and then the fallout, and just the conversation of just like having a white wife in America as a black man and all that kind of stuff?
RG3 had a black mom, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think Ryan Clark was wrong. It was wrong of him to go after RG3 like that because, coming from someone who has dated white women in the past, I can definitely, when you date white women, there's this like stigma that like you don't understand what you automatically don't understand what it feels like for a black woman. People completely throw out the concept that your mother was black. Your sisters are black. You see what they go through on a day-to-day basis and what they've had to go through and the stories that they tell you. So like, I think the concept of RG3 not knowing what it's like or not knowing what it feels like, I think that's false. I think it's wrong. It was wrong of Ryan Clark to come at him and say that. I think anyone should be able to date, marry whoever the hell they fall in love with. What was the second thing?
That was kind of it. I mean, just like, what were your thoughts on that conversation? Because I feel like a lot of people do make it a big deal whenever black men date anyone that isn't black.
I don't like that, man. And maybe I'm biased because I date all races, but it's like, man, like, why are especially black people, man, like, why do we get so consumed with like, if a black man is dating a white woman or if a white woman is dating a black man, it's just, or a black woman is dating a white man, why do we get so consumed in that? It's like, shit. I understand, the motivation why, obviously people still think about like racism that exists today and then also like the severe racism of the past. But you can't really say that everyone has the same intentions. And then also, I don't know, man. That topic is always going to be interesting to me because I just don't think that it's fair to both sides to be labeled as something because of the choice of who you date. I thought Ryan Clark was kind of out of reach for that, man. I think that was a little too far. I get why he feels that way, but I just think it was a little OD.
I think it's tough. I think it's tough to. I'm with you. I think it's just tough to. I always cringe and dislike when people try to question someone's blackness because they don't present a certain type of way. Like, I'll be 100% transparent. Like, a lot of people say that I talk white, like I talk white or whatever that means, and they try to be like, "Oh, like you're not like black." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" Like, black people are not all the same. Like, we're not monolithic. So it's like whenever people say that, I'm like, should I fit the stereotype? Should I like not be able to speak English properly? Like, should I like fried chicken and watermelon? Like, how should I be as a black man? You know what I mean? So when Ryan Clark took that angle, because I'm with him though. Like, RG3 kind of like, he's just kind of corny, but I don't think that makes him any less black. It just means he's not necessarily in line with like black culture, but he's still a black man.
Okay, so I just read just RMR's comment. So he clarified it. He wasn't saying, we kind of said this, but I guess weren't clear. He wasn't saying that it was wrong for him to have a white wife. He was saying that since RG3 tried to psychoanalyze Angel Reese, that he may not have been equipped based on his relationship.
No, that's crazy though.
He did. You're right. You're right, Justin Moore. I'm just saying that like that's incorrect. Like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Ryan Clark to do that. So if you're saying that, if you're in agreement with us that what Ryan Clark did was wrong, then yeah, we're on the same side. Like, for him to think that RG3 isn't equipped because he's dating a white woman when I don't know if RG3 has sisters or mothers or whatever, but he probably has a black sister or a black mother. And honestly, he's black. Like, it's wrong of Ryan Clark to say, oh, because he's dating a white woman, you know, he doesn't know, he's not equipped to psychoanalyze what Angel Reese is going through. And Dylan said something even greater, bro. I truly believe that all this stems from Ryan Clark probably being on Angel Reese's side of like the whole he being on her side of the whole Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark situation. I think
No,
it's hard.
you know what I'll say about this? RG3 was wrong. It was in the wrong first because he did try to. He said that, oh, this is more than just basketball. She hates her like on a personal level. X, Y, and Z. I'm like, whoa, why are you saying all that? So RG3 was wrong first, but then Ryan Clark took it to a whole. Bro, why are you talking about my girl, like my wife, the mother of my children, for what? Like,
He gets emotional on the on the TV, man. He be
I don't really watch
Ryan Clark, the pivot.
I don't watch the pivot anymore because of Ryan Clark.
Yeah, he's really emotional.
He makes everything about race, like everything. And like
Yes.
you can tell that I don't know if he's clickbaiting or he just doesn't sit down and actually like do his research. But like I remember when he went at Andrew Schultz and like the whole community was going to Andrew. For context, I've been listening to the Brilliant Idiot since like 2013. So like I know Andrew Schultz, but I've been listening to him for a very, very long time. And when I saw Ryan Clark going at him, I'm like, you didn't even like bother to sit down and like actually like listen to what bruh is saying.
Yeah.
So he does that a lot with a lot of people, and it almost feels like he's like race baiting.
I was about to say, he took the words out of my mouth. I think he's like a race baiter, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing it for clicks or if he's doing it because he just thinks everything in life is about race. But for me, it kind of just seemed like he's on Angel Reese's side, and he just wanted to like take out his frustration on somebody.
She needed to be defended in that moment, but the way that he went about it was a little bit too far. Like that's crazy. Because like the way that RG3 went at her, I'm like, all right, bro. Now you going into like, because okay, so I'll say this. RG3 kind of like ignited it with his psychoanalyzation of how Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, right? And then you're feeding into so when he does that as a black man, you're feeding into the stereotype that Angel Reese is an angry black woman out to get like just mad for no reason or whatever. And I think that was a little bit irresponsible. Oh, I think that was very irresponsible. I remember reading that tweet when he posted it. I was like, bro, why did you have to take that route? Like, why did you go that far? When we talked about it, I was like, it's sports. Like the type of player that she is, she's the enforcer on her team, or she's gonna grow into be the enforcer on her team. And when you have the enforcer take a hard foul like that, you have to react like that. So you show other teams you can't just be fucking hard fouling me like that. I don't give a fuck. Like that's establishing a culture on your team to let people know I'm the one you can't fuck with. And like if you fuck with my teammates, I got their back. You got to deal with me, right? So I think that's all it was. But he took it to like, oh, he hates her, X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, why you go that deep into it? Especially like it didn't have to be that deep. And then Ryan Clark responded the way he responded. But
I think there's a lot of like the people that were defending, because I still don't think Angel Reese should have responded like that. I thought it was like I thought it was a hard take foul that you do to prevent someone from scoring an easy layup. That happens in the NBA all the time. Shit, even Kenyon Martin. I saw that clip where he was telling Cheryl Swoops, he was like, "Come on, that ain't no fucking flagrant foul." He didn't give a fuck that Cheryl Swoops was on Gil's Arena. He was like, "Bro, it's not." And Cheryl Swoops just came off as one of those people that's just defending Angel Reese.
She don't like Caitlin Clark.
Exactly. So it's like I just think it's truly a matter of like who's on Caitlin Clark's side and who's on Angel Reese's side. And I think certain people, especially my black people, they can't accept that Caitlin Clark is just a better hooper because and she's white.
I don't know if they're holding on to that because it's not even a debate. Like it's clearly
Be surprised, man.
I haven't seen anyone say that Angel Reese is a better player than Caitlin Clark. To me, that's delusion. At that point, if you're saying that, now, do you like Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark? That's a whole different discussion. But she's not even.
I think I mean more so the latter. I think a lot of people just like her more than Caitlin Clark, and it's just like
Angel Reese is part of culture, though. She's definitely like a figure in our culture now, and it happened really, really fast. happened overnight. I remember when she got interviewed on the Breakfast Club, she broke down her whole story and everything. Like, I fuck with Angel Reese. I think she does some things that puts herself in a bad position, but I fuck with her overall. And
Oh,
I
bro.
think people just try to people defend her because they fuck with her like off the court, but in regards to it being like an actual basketball rivalry on the court, it's not really like that.
Yeah. I don't. To my final take on that is we talked about it last week, and I had some time to think about it. It was just a normal foul. It was a normal hard foul to prevent the player from making a layup. I think Angela Reese overreacted. It's crazy that it's become this topic. It's crazy that Ryan Clark felt the need to say those things. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you think about all the enforcers, if they got fouled like that, you think they would be all chill?
Angel is associated with Christian. We don't mess with her. Russ, on the other hand, what does that mean? What did you say, Russ?
Angel is associated with Christian. We don't mess with it. Was okay. When you look at all the enforcers that we've known, as we watch the NBA over the years, do you think that they would just let a hard take foul like go by without a reaction?
No. But when Draymond reacts to a hard take foul, we still say that he overreacted, right?
Draymond is nuts. Draymond definitely, he's like on a different, yeah.
Well, I mean that's kind of like where it's like, we still have the right to say that this person overreacted, and that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Angel Reese should be suspended for I'm just saying that like she overreacted. She overreacted. She shouldn't have reacted.
I saw that little slick extension though. I saw that
from Caitlin
for sure. Caitlin's a dirt. All right, I've seen it. She's not, like she definitely. She's not dirty, but like she'll give it back. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think we see like I saw the extension. I saw it was a tick foul and an extra little slight, and rightfully so. That's why I'm like, all right, I get it. Like they're just both being competitive. It's not like a big deal to me. Because I've seen Angel Reese fuck up Caitlin Clark too. Her and her teammates. They bullied her last year for sure. I remember that.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the missed foul call before? I thought that would trigger the foul between them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't a normal take. Like, I didn't think it was a normal take foul. I thought that she added a little extra sauce to it. But as when you're in the throes of competition, you got to make something look very, very subtle.
She tried to and she failed.
Yeah. No, she made it look subtle, but I could tell like there was a little extra sauce to it.
But you really think about it, bro. They foul way harder than that in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting here not overanalyzing, but we're sitting here analyzing what we would consider in the NBA a fucking normal foul. Like people are drawing out this normal ass foul because it was between two like WNBA superstars. So it's like when you take a second to step out and just kind of look at the situation for what it is. You know what? I actually agree. You know what? The foul before and all that stuff may have led up to it, but I guess now we've already talked about that. Now it's like more so Ryan Clark and his comments, and I think it's just a pure like Ryan Clark probably is a fan of Angel Reese. RG3 is a fan of Caitlin Clark. That's it.
So jumping into this conversation, would you? How do you feel about the whole? I mean, you talked about it very briefly, but how do you feel about interracial dating in general?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to interracial dating, there's certain things about one another's cultures that you will never be able to understand. So if like you're dating a white woman, there's certain things about, the Black struggle, the struggles of being Black in America and like, the stigmas and like the stereotyping and, the certain things that, we have to deal with from time to time. The racism, the profiling, all that stuff that, in depth, like, it just exists. We can't say anything. We can't say that it doesn't. there's just certain things that like, that white woman that you're dating, she'll never be able to understand no matter how hard she tries. So I think I think when you're dating someone that's outside of your race, it's your job to try your best to get them to understand, and also make sure you're dating someone who wants to know and wants to learn and wants to understand what it's like.
Yeah.
If you can't do that with that partner, whether they're white, Asian, whatever they are, then there's going to be some tough points in that relationship where like something happens
Hmm.
and you're going to feel so sensitive to it and so emotional about it, and your partner's going to be like, get over it, like what the fuck are you doing, and that's going to set things off.
Yeah.
So
I think the dynamic with specifically with like black and white is difficult sometimes. Not saying that it can't be done or like it's like taboo. Or, I mean, not that like you're not open to it, but it's just like it's tough to find an individual that is open to learning, that wants to learn, that is understanding. Because the black experience is definitely unique in America. And then if you couple that with someone that is ignorant and doesn't want to learn, it's gonna turn you off so much where you don't want to date that person.
yeah,
Like I had a nah, I don't want to talk about that because you could go look it up. But I've had an experience where there just wasn't like understanding, I guess, and it just made it like to where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. Like it just doesn't. This isn't working for me. But I think a lot of times, like, because whenever you date, I guess like other minorities or people that have culture, there's a lot of similarities that come with it that kind of give you that shared experience. Maybe isn't directly the black experience, but it's something that where you can kind of find common ground on. So let's say like I'm dating a Hispanic girl or a Latina, right? We're gonna be able to relate to a lot more things and like come to a common ground versus like once again, sometimes like if you date like someone that's starkly opposed to that, it could potentially cause issues if they're not open to like learning and growing with your experience.
I don't think the Hispanic thing has like helps, because I've dated some like Hispanic women that like their families are just racist as fuck, like they just
Oh
don't
yeah, no,
think,
no, no, for
yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm
They
talking
don't
about just,
approve.
like I'm talking about just like the person. Sometimes like yeah, like I feel like sometimes like other man, like Asians can be racist to black people, Latinos can be racist to black or Latinos and Latinos can be racist to black people. Everyone can be racist to each other, but more often than damn.
I'll say it like this: it's easier to date within your race when it comes to all that stuff, but if you're gonna go outside and date outside of your race, you have to be willing to put in the extra work. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure.
Both sides, because I'll say this: we can't just sit here and victimize ourselves. Where I can't.
No, I'm sorry. Roberto said I had a white girl say nigga in front of me. Dog, I was flabbergasted.
I think we've all had that.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing. No, not white.
Yeah.
What'd you
Anyway,
do, Roberto?
yeah. What did you do? But I was saying that I can't sit here and victimize myself, because I've also had white friends and white partners in the past that like, in a sense, it's kind of hard for them, because I know of some truly well-rounded, like amazing, you know, one-on-one, like good white people that like aren't racist, like don't have an ounce of racism in their bodies, like good people. So like sometimes it is harder for them. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to pull the victim side on either side. I'm just saying that like it can be hard for a white person when they're like in a position where like they're constantly being labeled as like a potential racist. Do you agree?
Say that again. Like they have like takes and things that can
Uh, let
that
me,
would align with like what a racist thinks.
shit. Okay, perfect example, bro. I have a friend that I've been friends with for like since third grade. I went to his restaurant opening last week. he didn't let a black female into the restaurant because she was wearing Jordan flip-flops, jeans, and like a tank top. And it was a nice restaurant. Like I was dressed up. Everyone that I was with was dressed up. Like it's a nice restaurant, 5-star restaurant, whatever. He told her that she couldn't come in. She automatically went to like, you're racist. You're not letting me in because I'm black. And he started feeling pressure. And he was like, okay, fuck. He was like, if I don't let her in, I'm gonna end up on TikTok as the racist nigga that didn't let someone in, or racist wigger that didn't let someone in. So he lets her in. I walk in, and she walks in, goes to the bar, and he comes up to me because he's already seated me. He's like, man, I just had to go through some shit at the front. I was like, what happened? He was like, that girl at the bar. And I looked at her. She was wearing flip-flops, jeans, and a tank top. No shame. And he was like, yeah, I had to let her in because, she started getting loud and calling me racist. And I was like, man, that's not fair. Because I don't care what color of your skin is. If there's a fucking dress code, abide by the dress code. Like,
yeah, that's different. That's
yeah. So, I mean, my point is that like, when it comes, let's bring it back to the relationship side. When I say that, like, if you're going to date someone outside of your race, you need to have the will to want to teach them and, get them to understand what it feels like or what it's like to be black in America or black, whatever. You need to also have the patience of them understanding what you're going through and the patience to also understand like what the patience for them to get it.
Yeah. I was gonna read that, but you could read that in your head. Cultural differences is the hardest part to adjust to, in my opinion. Yeah. It also depends on how much that person identifies with the culture.
Bro from Don't Be Sour podcast.
Don't read it.
Oh, I had to read it out loud because I was like, damn, where the hell is he pulling this from? Oh, how do y'all feel about black jokes?
I don't. If it's funny, it's funny. Kind of.
I mean, yeah, I can't really go back and say that anything that's been said, bro. I mean, sometimes, man. I mean, shit. Sometimes white jokes. Me and Max, we definitely, and we know me and Russ know Max. Me and Russ know Max. We love Max. Like we know Max doesn't have an ounce of racism in his body. There are definitely times where, like, I'll speak for myself, where me and Max, we push the limits of racial jokes. And it's all in love because like I know who he is as a person. He knows who I am as a person. I can't be that guy, that super sensitive black dude that like I crack jokes. Bro, one of the things that really like sets me off is like when you have like these black like podcast holders or like Charlemagne's and shit like that, where they're able to crack jokes on white people, and say all these things about white people, but when they get joked on backwards.
Read the other one. Then I'll
Same thing with
stop.
Okay, so yeah. I the times that I've been on Don't Be Sour, I haven't experienced it. I also don't watch that show religiously, so I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and like just blanket defend.
Hey man, we not. Hey, bro.
Yeah, I'm not.
We need to talk about the niggas on here, bro. Relax. God damn.
Yeah, I love Joe, man. Joe, if you're watching this, I love you, man.
Let's relax.
Yeah.
But no, I'm definitely. He said my phone next topic. I'm definitely. It depends on how it's said. It's a very. It better be funny.
Yeah, I mean, if you can,
because I'm that nigga that would definitely be like, yeah,
that
bro,
was too much.
Yeah, don't be saying all that. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't really play that because I just don't. It just don't hit right with me, and I don't make white people jokes for people like that. Like I just don't really be doing that. I do that like if I'm gonna do that, I do that in private or like it just depends on the individual. I'm like, hey, this guy's cool with it, and I'm cool with him pushing the boundaries with me because that's our personal relationship. But I don't just go out in the world and be doing that shit. Like
imagine if you were at a club and like, normally, I mean, this is crazy. But never mind.
Damn, you can't.
Like, what if a white dude, you were at the club? I'm not saying this is a joke that you would crack with your white friends, but like, let's say like a white dude comes up to you, he's like, at the grocery store or whatever, he's like you're in the aisle for like the far.
You're sick. This is like
You're in the aisle
this is
for like
actually okay. Go.
you're in the pharmacy aisle or the pharmacy area of Walgreens, and there's cotton balls, and the white dude's like, like I'm trying to I'm trying to paint a picture.
Do you and your white friends make jokes like this?
No.
Yeah, Shawley loves the cotton. It's like,
Yeah, like what if like your wife? Okay,
hell no.
let me ask you two scenarios. Okay, so
Fuck no.
okay, what's the extent of a white joke that you would make? Like, what's the like? I mean, shit, say it. Like, what's
Like,
what's
okay, the only so like with Max, like I'd be like, when he's like, "Oh, Eminem is the greatest rapper," I'm like, "You're like only white people be thinking that." Like,
okay?
that's like the extent of whatever. Or I'll be like, "Oh, that's that like, that's that white people shit."
Great. Okay, I have a great question.
Yeah.
Is us saying that white people like their food unseasoned, they like to take chicken out of the pack and just put it on the grill with no season, is that equivalent to them saying that we like watermelon and grape juice? It is. It has to be.
Nah, I don't think so because no,
What?
because it's not coming from like a. First of all, I wouldn't make that joke I just wouldn't make that joke like with someone that I'm not comfortable with. That's
Oh no, I'm saying your buddies, your homies.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just such an old tired joke. And then also too, I think there's because there's so much racism tied with that comment, it don't hit the same.
If
you break down
is white
if you break down the stereotype of why they say that black people love fried chicken and shit, I'm not rolling with that. Like it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same way for me just saying like, oh, white people don't be seasoning their shit like that.
But that's you though, because you're black.
Yeah, but there's a dynamic from the white person because the white person, it's like me punching up versus them, or like whichever way you want to put it, it's not the same to me. Like it don't hit the same, and it's a way different dynamic. Whereas like the white people, like the reason why people be saying that about the chicken stuff and the watermelon and all that kind of stuff, there's like negative racial tones that come with that I don't find equivalent to me saying that. But also I wouldn't say that if I couldn't take it the other way. Does that make sense?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like if I push the limits with my white friends and I say you're white trash or you're trailer trash or some shit like that, I got to be prepared to take some shit back. I'm not saying that I do that. I'm just saying that like I got to be prepared to take some shit back.
I'm just not. I don't know, man.
If I'm out here just calling my friends, oh, you look like, oh, dude, you look like fucking white trash. You look like you're from the trailer park. I got to be prepared to take like, oh, did you drop your fried chicken? Like, I got to be prepared to take that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think,
bro, you can't.
I think for me, I think like
white trash. Like,
I think the specificity. I think like the specifics of like the fried chicken shit. That one is just not even funny to me. It's like find something else that's funny. I don't know. Say something else. Like,
Gary said the watermelon narrative died when they started making seamless. That's funny.
Is it hilarious the watermelon fried chicken joke? It's like historical. I'm Canadian, so I'm ignorant. Yeah, fried chicken for sure. So fried chicken, I think it's like it was viewed as peasant food before or something like that, or like I can't remember the exact breakdown of it, but it's rooted in like fuck man. I used to be super woke, so I used to be looking at all this shit, but it's definitely rooted in like racism and all that kind of stuff.
Russ watches Dr. Umar.
I do. Actually, I do a lot.
We're gonna have him on the pod one day, Dr. Umar.
That'd be great. No, he would hate both of us.
He would hate me for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely a black Republican. You're almost like an RG3 type.
Yeah. You would hate me for sure.
I'm joking. But see, I'm comfortable making that joke with you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be just busting. Yo, does that say 30? Are we at 30?
Blaze Lynn, another female.
Oh, I know Blaze Lynn. She what's up, Blaze? Hope you're doing good.
She agrees with me.
Is that the Octopussy girl?
Most trailer parks are out of the suburbs. They call it lots. Um,
But yeah, I personally, look, I don't be making them jokes with people that I'm uncomfortable with. Like if I had a white friend and they said some comment like that, I'll probably be like, nah, don't say that shit again, bro. Like kind of like that. Like I'm not rolling with that. Right.
man,
I also don't just be making jokes that are super racially charged. Like I'm making character jokes, not racially charged jokes. Because I'm personally not into the whole like race joke shit unless it's like super funny.
I make I have made racial jokes with with close white friends, and like I've been able to take some back, but I definitely have a line that can be drawn. Like I don't have white friends that call me niggers and shit like that. Like that doesn't happen. Yeah, like that is,
That's like,
there's a line.
there's a joke in that. Honestly, if you had
It's like
white
nigger,
person call you,
gotcha.
yeah, I wouldn't be cool with you, my nigga. There's no way.
Like there's no way. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
See, like with Mexicans, I feel like I can make that. Never mind.
Bro, no, it's not, bro. I just
I don't feel
think
like I'm in a safe place, bro.
it's not. It is a safe place. I don't think it's fair to call a Mexican a WET back. Like,
I would never see.
yeah,
But I don't. I just don't joke like that. Like I don't.
yeah.
I personally just don't joke like that. I find other shit.
There's
You
a
know what?
line.
You know what? I just don't be making racial jokes like that. And also, if people do that with me, I tell them, yeah, I don't. Like I'll laugh, but I'll be like, yeah, like chill out. Like I'll give you the energy where like I don't fuck with the racial shit as much. We can make jokes on each other about our characters and shit like that and anything else, but like when you start saying shit like, "Oh, what'd you pack for lunch, Russ? Fried chicken?" I'll be like,
That's crazy.
bro, like what the fuck?
Can you imagine your white friend in elementary saying that at the lunch table or middle school?
They say that shit. I was like, nigga, that shit not cool. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, Russ, what'd your mom pack you for lunch? Welch's grape juice and fried chicken?
Yeah. Like no, like dead ass. That's just not.
I know Vic is cracking up in the background.
Vic. Oh, Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound like you've been laughing.
That shit's just never been my vibe, bro. I just don't. That's never been my vibe, and I don't joke with people like that either. Like I don't make racial jokes like that. I don't.
You know, it's funny. I had a friend that. Never mind.
I just feel like shit like that's like disrespectful. So I don't be wrong. Yeah. Shawley code switch. Oh, so when you're in your fraternity, did you have like issues with that where people would joke too far with you?
What would you say if a friend that was white had you saved in his phone as Django?
What?
Yeah.
Have you had that happen to you?
I'm just asking.
Damn, nigga. You be
I'm not. I'm
right,
just
tell them what you rushed in college.
Oh, this is a great topic.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Like, did you have issues with this when you rushed in college?
Hell yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, if a nigga had my name saved as Django in his phone, bro, what? I'll show you Django. The fuck? What the fuck? Bro, that is nuts. That happened to you for real?
I just asked a question, bro. I'm asking, so now I'm gonna answer the question. What did you say?
So I was the way you phrase it. It's like you was a frat Shawley?
Yeah, bro. I was a Kappa Sigma at U of H, man, and I rushed a white fraternity where I think I was the only person in my pledge class that was black, and I think the whole fraternity probably had like 8 black people.
Vic, if we had the pictures of Shawley back in college, those are iconic.
You know what? I think I can find it online.
Iconic, bro.
You know what? I'm not gonna do that.
That was Sean Cocker.
Yeah, you spelled it wrong. But I was Drewski. I was like the Drewski of my generation.
Nah, it was worse than that.
I wore cowboy boots, Wrangler. I still wear cowboy boots and Wrangler. I don't give a fuck. But
That's Texas shit. That's not.
Yeah, that's just me being from Texas. But yeah, I was in a frat, and I wore the short shorts, the polos, the tucked in shirts, the croquis, I think you call with the glasses, the polo backward hats. I tailgated.
Oh,
I did a bunch of what is it? The keg stands. I did a bunch of those.
Oh Lord.
I did beer case races. Yeah, I mean, and to answer your question,
It's crazy.
I definitely experienced racism in the process of joining the fraternity for sure.
What was like the most racist thing that you experienced?
Sheesh. Yeah,
You just brought that across the screen and throws it back out.
definitely. There's definitely. Now, I don't want to take it there because I feel like I'll incriminate people that don't deserve to be incriminated. There was definitely racism exists. I'll leave it at this. Racism exists everywhere, and it exists even more when you're joining something that wasn't like truly meant for you. If I could put that out, because I wouldn't say all Kappa Sigma chapters are like that, because I from time to time I'll scroll and I'll find Kappa Sigma chapters in different colleges, and they're a lot more progressive where like predominantly it's black and there's like majority black people. It's more of like truly just like a school social group where people just come to mingle and be friends. But like of my era, there were definitely Kappa Sigma chapters that like, they had a limit on the amount of black people that they can let in, like for real, there was a limit. And, it had to be a certain type of black nigga. It couldn't be like it couldn't be a YN. It had to be like a clean cut nigga, like a nigga that was well put together and no crustiness, just clean, So, yeah, interesting time in my life. I was able to now I'm able to look back on it and be like, damn, I can't believe I made it through that. And I can't believe I sat around for some of the shit that I sat around. So, yeah,
Damn.
For sure.
I always wondered, like, the whole
even the comments that I would hear from my so-called brothers in the fraternity.
there was a different type of brother.
Yeah, like, the most common thing I would hear is like, God, I fucking hate black people. Well, not you, Shawley, not you, but like, what I'm talking about, those kind of
Bro,
black
that
people.
Drewski skit, man.
Bro, like I lived the Drewski in real life, like legit. This was a comment.
Y'all want to know Shawley's college life? You should just go to the Drewski skit.
Bro,
remember when that shit remember we used to drop that when he used to drop them skits, we would send in the chat and he'd be like, bro, that shit is like the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. No, I lived that for real. Like I had brothers that like I thought were my brothers and friends. Like they would legit say to my face, like, "Oh, you fucking nigger." Oh, I mean, not what I'm talking about, Shawley. Like, not you. Yeah, I'm not joking. The N word, the N word with the ER was dropped a lot in my chapter, 1000%. Which is part of the reason why I dropped the fraternity so quick. I became inactive. I was active for probably a semester, and then I became inactive quickly. Once I saw and I felt what was really going on, it was really quick. It was really quick for me to bounce out.
Oh man. I don't even know if I've heard someone say like the N-word to me in that type of way in my presence. I don't know if I've like experienced that. I'm trying to think.
This has definitely happened to me before.
Maybe like on the football field.
Yeah. It's crazy. Those fraternities would only sign well put, clean. I'm not saying black people are dirty. I'm just saying
what they deemed.
Yeah, what they deemed as clean cut black people, well spoken black people, I guess you could say, and they would only sign us, me, and they would only sign the athletes. There were a lot of
like he would sign like Saquon Barkley.
Yes, and Saquon Barkley, I think he was in a white fraternity, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So like,
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying like he definitely gives like white.
Exactly. No. Saquon's a perfect example. Like the school that I went to,
He's dope though.
The Pikes in specific would literally sign the black superstar athletes at U of H 1000%, and they would come in and fuck all the white girls. Yeah. I didn't even take it that far. But that's usually how it would happen. Like, it was like, all right, you want to fuck our girls? We approve of this kind of inbred. We want this. If there's anyone that we could add into our genetic pool, it's this nigga. So let's go. Bro, I remember there was a nigga, bro, that was so cold at football at U of H. And I don't know if I want to say his name because like this was like a time where U of H was like good. I was at U of H when
they just got the new head coach and right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name, bro?
I know a couple of
You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Happy birthday to our number one nigga, Shawley.
Our house nigga.
Yo.
But yeah.
Crazy.
Nah, Jalen Hurts was Russ is Jalen Hurts, yes. And I'm Saquon for sure. Oh, that's a perfect analogy. Russ is Jalen Hurts, and I'm Saquon for sure.
You want to be Saquon Barkley?
No, I'm just saying that I was.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro.
I was. I mean, shit. Think about the shit, bro. Think about this shit that Saquon has had to go through recently. Like, shit, he went to the White House. You know, he's married to a white woman. He has kids with a white woman. He went to Penn State. I'm pretty positive he was in a white fraternity. I mean, you know, and I don't think anything he's done is wrong. I think everyone's entitled to their own likings and their own opinions. Like, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to fall under the same tree that majority of the other black people fall under. We're all entitled to our own opinions and our own decisions.
Sure.
You know,
that nigga cold on the field.
He's cold on the field. He does his job, man. Like, he's probably a good person.
I fuck with Jalen Hurts more, but yeah, Saquon cold.
Does Saquon's presidential choice make you like him less?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like as a player, like as a person out, like also like me being a fan of him, yeah, for sure.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, I mean, if you fuck with Trump and he fucks with Trump, you're gonna like him more. If you don't fuck with that type of, if you don't fuck with Trump and he fucks with Trump, it makes you like him less. Yeah.
So
there's things that athletes do that make me. There's a lot of things that athletes do that make me like them less. Like if you treat your girl like shit and you always like I fucked with Miles Bridges until I found out who Miles Bridges was.
True.
So I mean, like it's not, you know.
Yeah, true.
I like Draymond Green until I didn't like Draymond Green. Like it's not. I feel like being a fan of anything or someone is fickle. When I saw Saquon kind of like, you know, doing whatever, I was like, I don't hate him. Now that's different. Like I don't dislike him or whatever, but I'm like, oh, like I don't resonate with him as much as I did before, and I resonate much more with Jalen Hurts now. Like it's not that deep. I don't look at Saquon Barkley as any less. I'm just saying, like, I'm just not as much of a fan as I was before. He's cold as fuck on the field, though. Yeah.
I think I'm able to, you know, if LeBron was a Trump supporter or Biden supporter, whatever, I would still love him as much as I love him today. So,
no, hell no, not for me.
Oh.
Not for me. The reason why I'm such a super fan of certain athletes, like there's respecting for me, I think for everyone, there's respecting what someone does on the court and acknowledging that. But then there's elements of their personality that takes that fandom to a whole different level, right? So with Kobe, not only was he cold on the court, I resonated very deeply with his mindset and how he approached life. So that made me an even bigger fan. Now, if I started learning things about him that took away from that, that makes me less of a fan. That's just...
I agree.
Yeah, that's just how fandom works. Like I think you like LeBron so much because not only is it great, he represents greatness to you on a whole encompassing level. His family, I know you're a big fan of his family unit, the way he does business and how he carries himself. Right now, if LeBron was like a single man and doing all this type of shit, maybe you wouldn't support him as much. It would take away a little bit from it. So like I'm a bigger fan of LeBron. I don't know him as a person, but I like what he stands for. I think like he's been very courageous with his platform, and I respect that a lot. But I'm not the biggest fan of LeBron, the basketball player.
Mhm.
I'm actually a bigger fan of LeBron, the personality, more than I am LeBron, the basketball player.
His aura.
So it's crazy. Or it's crazy. But yeah, basically his I like his I just like how he carries himself. I think it's really dope. Just like how long he's been a superstar, not having too many mistakes and like career.
I like how he carries himself too. We got that LeBron sexual like connection going on. I feel it. I know you feel it too, bro.
No,
I get tingly too.
you're fucking sick, bro.
I get tingly too. We're getting tingly.
That's sick. Damn, we're about 2 hours in. I mean, bro, we haven't even gotten to the other shit, but I don't think we really have to. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about the shit that we wanted to talk about, because if we don't talk about it now, it's going to be too old to talk about it. So we can breeze through it.
Yeah, we can breeze through it. So Shador and Shiloh finally signed NFL contracts. I thought that was dope. Inmate, did you see that whole thing where like inmates escaped from like I think it was like a Louisiana prison, and like basically a decent amount of them have been caught, and only 2 are still on the loose?
Yeah, I saw that. It made me kind of just want to do like some sort of research on like inmates that have escaped and like haven't been caught before. I'll probably do that after this pod. But yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. I think that it's insane that people that we're in this day and age with technology and the prison system today, that people are still able to do that. I'm
Hey,
sure.
bro, can you look at how they escaped if that's like easily researched? Because like what the fuck? How do you escape prison or jail?
We just went from Shador to prison, like smooth transition. No,
I mean, he still got to. I'm sorry, he still got to make the team. I mean, he still has to actually make the team and shit. He's looking like he might actually like make the depth chart, because before he wasn't even on the depth chart.
yeah, I just realized that you introduced that and then you tapped into like the prison.
Because there's like not real. It's just like they got signed. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, I have some things to say about Shador.
Okay, what's up?
I think that he's going to be a starter.
He might, yeah. It might actually he might be a starter.
He's going to be a starter. I think he's going to be a starter, and I also think that he might actually prove a lot of people wrong, or prove them right, I guess you could say. But I think that he's actually going to be a quality talent in the NFL.
Yeah, if he does, I mean, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't see it for sure. So like,
yeah.
not that I'm a big fan of the Sanders family. I just didn't think that he would be like NFL quality type of a quarterback. But if he does, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like that's crazy. Now Shiloh getting signed, I'm not sure how that came about. They haven't even gone through like camp yet, but I think it's more so just because like maybe I don't know. Maybe his personality, like just his personality and how like welcoming he is and how good of a teammate. I don't know, but like they went through like rookie minicamp or whatever, and he got a deal already as an undrafted free agent. He didn't even have to go through minicamp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little interesting, but
yeah. I saw someone say that they tore the prison sink off the wall. I mean, shit, it's going to be a documentary soon, so I'm sure we'll be able to see it in some sort of theatrical form very soon. And I'll probably watch it on Netflix when it comes out. But
how do you get caught though? Like how do you?
You don't have a plan, and then two, like I'm sure they're plastering their faces all over the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
If they haven't escaped Louisiana by now. Am I saying Louisiana right? I know someone in this chat that's if they're from Louisiana, they're gonna correct me. Louisiana.
Louisiana. They tore out the sink that's connected to the wall. That's like some cartoon shit.
Yeah. When you're locked in a cell, I'm sure you get superhuman strength to like, the amount of craziness that you're going through, that you have superhuman strength to do anything.
Man. Yeah, who asked that question? Oh yeah, the Sly Tooth. My fault. Yeah, I am watching that doc on Netflix, the Osama doc.
How many times can they respin how they killed him?
No. Well, I don't know.
because I've seen like 2 other documentaries. I started watching it the other day, and I was like, you know what? Like, why am I watching this? I know how it happened. I know who did it. I know how it. Like, how many times can they respin how they killed him?
Yeah, there was a video of one of them getting caught. But no, I actually, when I think about it, I haven't watched. I've only watched documentaries about 9/11, and then I know the story about how Osama got killed, but I don't think I've actually watched like a full on docu series about it before. So I tapped into half of episode 1 uh last night, I think.
Hmm.
It's good too. It's good. It's actually really good. They break down like what was going on like with the president. I mean, obviously we know the stories and shit, but I'm watching. It's pretty good.
Maybe I'll give it a shot. I haven't really been on Netflix. Have you watched The Untold Liver King?
Oh, it's out now?
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it after this playoff game or tomorrow.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I've just been watching sports, bro. Like,
There's not enough sports because you're into a lot of different sports. There's not enough sports on that I care about for me to just be watching sports all day.
yeah, I watch sports and chill.
Sports. You know, hockey, basketball,
Yeah.
football, of course. You know the Sports Center freestyle. Homeland Security is considering the creation of a television show in which migrants would compete for potential citizenship.
I mean, that's kind of laughable.
How is that a real concept?
Yeah.
Where are we going in society where that's a real concept?
I think Trump just really hates immigrants, you know. He hates illegal immigrants. So yeah, man.
Could you imagine watching a show where like migrants are like competing for actual like green card or like a citizenship?
Nah, I think that's actually kind of messed up.
Like imagine my parents are immigrants, so I'm imagining someone plastering my parents on a television series competing for citizenship in America. Like it's pretty fucking nuts. I'm first generation, so it's just this like you know how you ask your parents how they came to America?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like in this era, there's like part of the story would be like I was on a show and you know I had to complete this challenge in order to move on to the next round so I could get my card. It's like what?
So there's already a concept. I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to do a concept where it was like the lotto immigration, where like you would sign up and then if you won the lotto, they would select like a few amount of people. You would become a citizen of America, or at least a resident. But I don't know if I think they removed that concept, so they would essentially be bringing that back, but publicizing it, televising it. I still, hey Mala, chill. I still think it's kind of messed up, you know, but what can I say?
I'll be very sad for society if that if that falls through and like next year we have a show about that shit. That would be very. I'll truly believe that our society is crumbling if that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Vic, I don't know how we can't. I mean, we could just talk about like Vic. If you want to jump on, we can talk about the Joy versus West Coast shit very briefly. You can if you want to. If not, it's all good. And then yeah, so I don't know if the chat has been keeping up with the whole Joey versus West Coast shit, but I got Joey badass up 3-0, bro.
Yeah, I actually just looked at like the timeline of it. Apparently, it's been going on for like 4 months back now, and I think only recently we've started seeing like the Crash Dummy finals and whatever the freestyle, the Red Bull freestyle. I thought
It
was really good.
started off at the beginning of the year where Joey made that freestyle or like that song saying like I'm back or some shit like that, and he called out basically like everyone on the West Coast saying there's too much West Coast dick licking or dick riding or whatever. But I'm kind of just disappointed in Daylight a little bit. Like that shit that he's been dropping wasn't doing it for me. Ray Vaughn has performed pretty good, but I got Joey up 3-0, bro. And to me, I think it's dead at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know who else is gonna respond to it, or if Joey is gonna continue to make music. I'm just glad he's putting out music. I don't think he's really put out anything since 2000.
Yeah,
And I just love the music that he puts out.
he sounds motivated as fuck too. Do you think Kenny's gonna respond?
I think it's doubtful. I
Yeah,
think it's very doubtful. But I mean, if he does, I feel like it would definitely be a subliminal diss in a future album for sure. Like just a little bar here or there, but a whole on response, I don't think it's warranted.
nah, especially at his position. What I was thankful about with Drake's reign, because I think Drake's reign is over. I think Kendrick is the new number one rapper.
Easily.
Uh, yeah, I think what was fun about Drake's reign was that he had so many subliminals and beefs that we couldn't keep track of. Hence why we eventually got the 20v1 because he would throw shots like every other record, like personal shots too. So I just wonder if Kendrick's going to take that route or if he's just going to focus on the art. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to respond.
Yeah,
You
and
said, you said that Drake's reign is over.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I mean, what does he put out
Okay, we can say
since
that for
since the beef?
And this is coming. I'm a fan of both, but like I'm a big Drake fan. But like it's kind of, bro. Kendrick is currently on the highest grossing tour of all time. Like he just did 14 million in like one stadium.
Hmm.
Drake wasn't doing that with J. Cole with his last album. And I feel like now every single Kendrick Lamar feature is heavily anticipated. If they know Kendrick Lamar is on a song, they are looking forward to it. I think that if Kendrick dropped and Drake dropped on the same day, I honestly do feel like Kendrick would outdo Drake at this point. First week numbers.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's crazy to say it, and like I didn't want to believe it, but everything's just trending towards that, man. It's weird as fuck to say it.
I differ, but
Yeah, you're a big Nokia fan, right?
Yeah.
it's a good
You
album.
you do know that Not Like Us is the most what is it the most it's been on the top 100 if not like the top 10 for it's the longest rap song to ever do that for a full
Man,
year.
it's just one good rap song.
He's been doing this whole career though. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but
well, yeah, it's one rap song on top of he has Luther
like it still doesn't outdo.
30 for 30. Like it's a lot, man.
Yeah, but it's just. I
Good
mean,
credit. Good credit is the only fucking song from Playboy Cardi's new album that is everywhere right now, and it's because it's Kendrick Lamar on there. And Drake has had songs. They're just not. I know he dropped an R&B song, but he's tried some attempts to come back. I mean, No Face. He's tried the whole leaks of like all the other songs, Exhale, all these other songs. I bet you if them shits hit, he would have dropped it for real. But nothing is like really sticking. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for his album to drop probably in the next couple of months.
Did you remember that thing that Drake dropped where he was like I think he would put it on Twitter. It was like a freestyle with the conductor Williams, and
Yeah.
he was like crying. It was kind of weird.
Nah, I thought it was kind of dope. Taking a shot at LeBron.
Yeah, I forget what he said specifically, but I thought it was super corny in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, threatening to expose a man. It's kind of crazy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I wasn't amused.
But yeah, so even honestly, if SOD leaked, I mean, if SOD, SOD, Superstar, Rainy Days isn't her matching coat. If that song dropped for real, I think that would have been like a hit. And most of the drops are being played this summer. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of. I just wanted to touch up on the Joey beef because that shit is big right now. And then finally, Chris Brown has been released from his holdings in the UK. We should go see him in September, bro.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm probably gonna buy a ticket closer to the concert, but yeah, I would love to do that.
He said, what did he post on his IG page? He said out the cage or some shit like that.
Yeah, he said out the cage straight to stage.
Word. I'm trying to. I feel like he's gonna go even harder now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Chris Brown is always Chris Brown, man. I think he's never really put out bad music. So like, I just feel like he's gonna. I mean, maybe if he goes harder, that's great. As a fan, I would love to see that, but as a fan, I can also say he's never really put out bad music, man. Like I love Chris Brown.
I don't think he's capable of putting out bad music.
Yeah, like everything he puts out is good. So I hope that he has people in this team. I hope that he's learned.
Stand on cement. I saw that. He said we was condemning Chris Brown before.
We were. I mean, I was condemning.
I was just saying we just want him to stay out of trouble. That's all.
Yeah. I was condemning his ability to stay out of trouble. Like as a fan, you just don't want to see him get in trouble anymore.
All right, bro. Better than Usher. Crazy.
Yeah. I think he's better than Usher. Yeah. I think CB is the most talented musician of our generation by far.
So we've had this conversation before. This is a conversation that I felt like, caused a fight on one of our old podcasts. You have, if we go catalog for catalog and they did a versus, you have Chris Brown over Usher.
100%.
Okay. All right, Vic. We can end the streak.
1000%.
There's no fucking way, bro. That's why. And I remember we went down the list and like, if you go look at Usher's hit, he has like, I think he has double the hits that Chris Brown has, actually.
If you look at Usher and Chris Brown's catalog, man, I'm telling you, Chris Brown has more hits.
20 for 20. No, it's actually not even true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Okay.
Performance, that's a whole different thing. But I'm just talking about music. If they did like the old school verses back during the pandemic era, Usher is bodying Chris Brown, bro.
Nah.
Tripping.
Nah. He's not. But we can say that for another day, man.
So I remember that episode of the GM. We were tweaked on that topic. Yeah, that caused real life issues, actually. Crazy day. But yeah, I think is there anything else you want to talk about before we head on out to go watch this Knicks game? Oh shit, who do you got tonight? Knicks or Pacers? Game 1.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that series. I think the Knicks come out and make a statement tonight. I think the Knicks come out and make a statement tonight. And well, we talked about this last episode. I think my opinion has changed a little bit. I think this is gonna. I think this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a 7-game series, but I think it's gonna be a 7-game series. But tonight, I like the Knicks. I like the Knicks.
I like the Knicks tonight.
Yeah.
I got Pacers in 6, and I got and I got I have the Knicks tonight, actually, too.
I have the Knicks tonight, and I think the Pacers. I think the series goes to 7 games because you're taking a deep Pacers team versus a Knicks team that just does not want to lose. They don't want to upset New York. New York has just honestly progressively gotten better this playoffs, and I mean
is Jamie on cocaine? I mean, sorry, is Carlos on cocaine? Carlos.
Usher has 4 songs. That's funny.
Carlos. Bro, just type in Usher hits, man. Just type in Usher hits. This guy's tripping. Look at
if Knicks win, Brunson's going God mode. To be honest, man, I mean, like I said, this is one of the. I think the Thunder are going to wash the Wolves, but this series in particular, I think that it's going to be a back and forth kind of series. I think we're going to get at least 6 to 7 games out of this. Who do I think comes out on top at the end? It's going to be the team that wants it more. On paper,
that's such a fun. It's like so funny, and now like whoever wants it more, man.
It's so like sports talk is, but it's like the Pacers look better on paper, team wise, roster wise, but the Knicks really can come with it. So I'm interested. I think tonight's going to be a good indication of how the series is going to go. If it's a tight game, then I think we kind of expect that the entire series. There might be one blowout game, and I think the Pacers might blow out the Knicks one or two games. But the Knicks have that. The Knicks beating the Celtics kind of made me realize that, like, you know, that they can hang with anybody.
Yeah, I got Pacers in 6.
Okay, well, we should
And
see.
then, actually, I take that back. I need to watch how they play tonight, and then I'll come back on Friday and give a real analysis. Because I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've not watched one Pacers game this whole playoff series.
You'll if they come correct tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that, like, they're a deep ass team. Like, they got numbers. They got shooters, numbers. They just don't play defense.
Okay. We'll see tonight. All right, y'all. That's about a 2 hour, probably like 20, 30-minute stream.
That was a good one.
That was solid. Hey, man, like I said, it makes it so much more fun when y'all are active in the chat. That was CB could definitely do a Super Bowl, but that was like a great stream. Y'all tapping in.
CB would probably be the best Super Bowl performance of all time.
He probably would. I'm not gonna lie. He probably would. He probably would.
Yeah.
What did we max out on the live stream? Live viewers. What did we max out at?
I think it was like 30.
Oh, we hit 30?
Yeah, at one point I saw 30.
Oh shit. Okay, we got some shit. That's just way more fun when people are active though.
Yeah.
I had Usher like right in front of my I went to the Usher concert, he was right in front of my face. 28. Max out at 28.
He fed you the cherry?
All right. Hell no. I showed you that video, right?
Of you getting fed the cherry?
That's it. The girl in front of me got fed the cherry. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for y'all before we hell no. You know, I had to like calm down.
Because you were getting excited.
I was. And I was like, this is unbecoming of me.
Yeah.
And I was with a girl and I was like, this is not a good look.
That's kind of how it is when I see Chris Brown though.
Because I was like, oh shit. And then when he was in front of us, I was like, oh, but I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, shut up.
Would you pay it if you were a Chris Brown fan like me? Would you pay $1,000 to do the meet and greet?
No. Nah, I don't look at Chris Brown like that. So no. Here it goes.
I have a friend.
Oh shit. That nigga was right in front of me. I thought I was gonna get beat up that night because I dropped my drink on a drug dealer for sure. Anyways, appreciate y'all tapping in. We're gonna be back on stream Friday, same time, 4 p.m. Central Time. Tap in with the chat and all that kind of good shit. I'm Russ. He's Shawley. We out.